It's cool. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it or not.
Watch the Vampire Diaries, but
I just started season 4 or 3, I think. I forget which season I'm on, but it's so good.
You know,
It is, isn't it?
We should just have a segment of the show called, the Vampire Journal. You guys can, talk for 5 minutes about how your latest Vampire Diaries
Kyle, we should start our own Vampire Diaries podcast.
talk went.
I would. We could do it. We could do like a episode review.
Yeah, just each episode review, episode by episode.
Hey, Mike.
yes.
Let's not start a Vampire Diaries podcast.
It's funny, Jed. I love when we finally agree on something.
Welcome. You have now tuned in to the Blackout and Shout podcast with your host, Mike Kincaid.
Can I tell you that Baby Yoda just annoys the shit out of me?
That's because you haven't watched The Mandalorian.
Oh, look at Baby Yoda, so cute.
Levy Curry.
Some people do all sorts of crazy stuff, like dinosaur romance novels. Those are really a thing. Taken by the T-Rex. A billionaire dinosaur forced me. Ravaged by the raptors.
I wonder if there's audiobooks of them. And Jed Vargo. He was always well known for wearing the Nazi outfit on.
Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Kangaroo.
Didn't he have the...
No. And he did not dress up as a Nazi either.
So sit back. Mike, are you... Listen to me. Relax. Say, transform and roll out.
And enjoy the show.
Guess what, Levy? You're up.
Oh, come on. This is bullshit.
I mean, it's not bullshit.
Fucking bullshit. All right, fine. Let me get in the zone.
Lion face. Rawr. Lemon face.
I have no idea what that's from.
Goodwill Hunting's parody in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember.
Goodwill Hunting 2, right?
Hunting season.
It was
Hunting
season, yeah. Applesauce, bitch.
How do you like them apples? All right. What episode are we on tonight, guys? What episode? I'm a little behind because I missed last week.
42.
130?
Or last episode. 142?
42.
42. We are not on 42.
No, just 42.
Yeah. What? Can we go back in time?
126.
126.
It's like the odometer just flips over.
Wow, 126. Thought we were further.
It goes backwards at Christine. All right. So what was it? 126?
126 and a half.
126.
Point
26.
42.
Part 2.
Okay. All right. Game face. Yeah.
You know he's going to ask again, right?
Oh,
I forgot already.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like a goldfish,
Welcome to the Blackout and Shout podcast, 126th episode. I'm your host, Levy Curry, and to my virtual right, the enigmatic Jed Vargo.
Hiya.
And to my virtual left, Mr. Michael Kincaid.
Yo, what's going on?
And we have a special guest tonight, the ever irrepressible Mr. Brother Kyle. Say hello,
there.
Brother Kyle.
How's it going, everybody in podcast land?
What does irrepressible mean?
I don't know. I was wondering that too. I like it though.
They can never, nothing ever gets them down. They're always upbeat in a good mood and always got a can-do attitude.
Everybody got an adjective except for me.
Mike Kincaid.
Yeah, you didn't deserve one. You're the captain, Mike.
Yo,
Captain Kilbasi.
Captain Kilbasi.
Of the Love Boat.
That's a Captain Kilbasi, by the way, is a great name for a great nickname for you to be given. Well, it could be. I guess maybe it's not. It's one of two. It means one of two things.
Speaking about Captain Kilbasi, I was reading Berserk, and I finally got to the part where you were talking about, Levy, where the horse tries to bang the chick, right?
Yeah. I told you that wasn't a thing. You didn't believe me.
What was in the manga? But yeah, he's like, and it's just like this big, huge cock sticking out. And she's like, ah.
That was in the original anime series too.
Yeah, I'm
I don't know if you watched the original anime series or if you're watching like the new one or whatever. But
let's go to the expert, Brother Kyle. Was that in the anime?
It wasn't. Everything else was though.
In the original, no, I've seen it because I've seen that scene.
I'm just talking about.
No, this I don't think so because this takes place after the Golden arc. So I don't think it was in the
Watch Mojo was just lying then.
Yeah, probably. Maybe it was in the new anime season.
Oh, then maybe it was the new one. Then I don't know. It was one. It was in an animated Berserk series. Okay.
Anyway, so
I have seen it.
Yeah, I got to that page.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, isn't it?
I immediately thought of you.
Like I had a human, almost like I had a human face.
It. Yep.
Jed, you could recreate a print on that. You have those Figma horses. Yeah, it could be a new print for hidden toys.net.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah. Because then I know all the weirdos that would buy one.
Don't want to incur the Jeff Goldblum quote. It's like you're too preoccupied with whether or not you could. You didn't stop to think if you should.
Life finds a way.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Oh, so
Captain Kilbasi helming the ship.
Right. Jed,
I don't know.
And any Hall shout-outs, plugs?
Let me go to my notes. Let's see. Yes, I got the NECA April O'Neil from the movie.
Oh yeah,
the wife. Yeah, didn't open it.
Oh okay.
Actually, got two of them. If anybody needs one, I forgot about two. But anybody needs the ultimate April O'Neil, let me know. The wife went to Ollie's. What's that?
I was going to ask you if you said you didn't open it, so the answer is obviously no. But before you mentioned that, I was going to ask you if you had opened it and had taken a look at the knees, because I saw a tweet from Optibotamus today where he's displeased with the figure because the disc joints in the knees, like, they're not painted.
Oh,
and there was some other. Oh, and then he also got one with two right feet or two left feet, so she can't dance.
A lot of that going around lately. I've been reading about people getting that with like Aerith, Kyle.
Oh,
and they get two left feet. I forget somebody else got two left feet. Another figure too. Yeah, a lot of that going around. So anyway, the wife went to Ollie's, got a cowboy Logan, and one of those Invincible Iron Mans from a couple years ago. That blue one.
Yeah, the black
neon
one. Yeah, the black one, the blue neon.
Yeah, they're like $9. So I was like, oh, no. I'm like, yeah, pick them up. I don't have those. So
yeah,
they had the X Factor wave there, minus like the cool ones like Sinister and Nightcrawler. But I already bought all those.
They didn't have any. They didn't have any of the Kingdom Megatron, Beast Wars Megatron.
They did. They had the camouflage tank. That one.
No, the T-Rex. The T-Rex Megatron.
Oh, I don't know. There was a lot of like Kingdom, Siege, War for Cybertron brown boxes there.
Okay.
There might have been.
If you come across Beast Wars Megatron there at Ollie's, can you snag one for me? Because Mike and I went to Ollie's the Monday after my birthday, and they were all out. So.
Okay. I didn't know you were looking.
Actually,
yeah, I mean, if I can get it for like what, it's like $20, then yeah, I'll get one. I'm not going to pay $50 for that thing, but
yeah, they were going for 20s. Yeah, I know there's a bunch of the camouflage tank, but I didn't really look at the other pictures. If I feel okay, I'll swing by there tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you just want to throw it out there too, if you do come across that and you want to grab one of those for me as well.
I thought you had one.
Megatron. I do have one, but I know someone that would also want one. I also kind of would like that camo. That's the G2, the Kingdom or Siege Megatron, that G2 version.
Yeah, it's a camouflage.
Yeah, I actually have that, and it's a cool figure, but I think I remember right. I think I broke a part on it. So yeah, if you do swing by there and you see one of them, they're only like $20. I wouldn't mind grabbing another one of them just to replace the broken one I have.
All right. I don't know how I'm gonna feel tomorrow, but yeah, if I feel okay, I'll take a swing.
Not a priority. If I remember correctly, the broken piece wasn't like that big. Like you could still transform it and kind of put the broken piece back on, so it wasn't really like that big of a deal. But I mean, if I could score one for $20, and fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care how you're feeling tomorrow, Jed. You get out there and you get that shit for me. All right.
I command
That is not a request.
I was kind of bummed that the local Ollie's stopped selling the manga. They used to have like a shelf of manga. Now that it's gone. It's filled with Bibles now.
Nice comics over
They
there.
probably figured you anime readers need, or manga readers need Jesus.
Right.
I mean, you guys reading Berserk and shit. Horse raping going on. There's too much horse raping going on there, right?
Yeah, I'm on the 7th volume of the deluxe, which is volume 21, I think, out of 40 so far. It's pretty awesome. So
what else you get?
So much more information in those manga than there is in the anime. Fuck you, John Bailey. Shout out to John Bailey. Fuck you. I dug up all my old choose your own adventure books for my son and daughter so they could start reading them.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that post you made.
Yeah, went back in time to like middle school when we freaking buy that shit. It was so much fun. I used
to love those books.
I forgot that was one that was a Star Trek one where you were this like lowly ensign, fucking tagging along on all the away teams and shit.
You were a red shirt.
Getting eaten by monsters and shit.
As a red shirt does.
Getting attacked by like fucking drones and you was just dying on every fucking other page. It was great. What was there was something else completely for Hidden Toys. If anyone's curious and they want to check out some cool artwork that they might want to purchase, check out hiddentoys.net. Our very own brother Kyle has multiple art pieces up there, as well as Captain Kilbasi, Michael Kincaid. He has multiple art pieces as well. Mike, I printed out one of those comic book covers. I think it was the one with Megatron and Spider-Man for Josh in the metal paper. And it looked really cool. Like all the type head and the silver and Megatron and everything, it all just stood out like a layer above. Yeah, it looked really neat.
Good shit.
That's it.
No, you just did a plug. Never mind.
I plugged myself and Brother Kyle.
I bet
and Mike Kincaid. I'm waiting for Levy Curry to put some of his stuff up on hiddentoys.net.
I'm waiting to make some stuff.
Oh, you got old stuff. Some old stuff we could put up there.
You're right. I probably could. Mm-hmm. I'll have to go through some of my old stuff and see if it's suitable.
Yeah, I mean, you could sell some art pieces and make some side scratch to buy those mistakes that you always make about ordering 3 action figures instead of just 1.
Technically, it's just 2.
Well, 2, 3.
Oh, 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
I was waiting. He set him up. I was setting you up. I was waiting for you to knock it.
Jed with the assist. Whatever.
I passed the speaking stick onto someone else.
Okay, Mike.
Yes.
Halls, shout outs, plugs. What you got?
Halls. I got a whole lot of nothing. The only thing I got is I got a picture of E.T. dressed like Jesus. At Monster Mania. Oh, and I got a Casey Jones mask, man. Yeah.
Hockey mask?
Yeah, the hockey mask. Yeah. So I gotta put my Casey Jones cosplay together for, I don't know, RetroCon maybe or something. I already got the fucking wife beater and the jeans.
Yeah. That's not that hard. Just go to fucking Dick's and you're good to go.
Yeah. I have the baseball bat, but I don't know, man. Hockey sticks are a lot bigger than you think they are. It'd be kind of weird walking around with one of those.
What's the right term for a cricket bat? Is it a mallet or is it a bat?
No, it's just a cricket bat.
That was like a mallet or fucking
that's
plank.
That's croquet or roquet.
Okay. Well, they ask doors.
Let's see. Yeah, I didn't. But as far as like figures go, I did not get anything in the way of figures.
Didn't you get your upgrade kit for your Unicron?
Yeah, but that came along with the giant haul.
Oh, okay.
You have to show me how you put that on, 'cause I still haven't figured mine out.
Yeah. You mean on robot mode or planet mode?
I forget.
Because I got mine on. I didn't do planet mode yet. Were you the one that put the fucking one in planet mode and it was like all? It looked like you put it in the oven.
Yeah. Instructions.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it for hauls. I did ship my stash today, so I'll have something to talk about next time. Plugs. So I have a new shirt design and it's like 90% of the way done. So by the time you hear this, I'll probably have it done and up on the website. But I just did a mashup of the Chicago Bulls logo and using Horrible. Did you guys? I don't know if either you guys or any of the three of you guys had opinion. Did you have opinions on ears or not ears? Did you see any of that?
No ears.
No, you say no ears?
No, I vote no ears.
Levy?
I think the whole idea is just horrible.
And Brother Kyle?
I'd have to look at it again. I am not super familiar with like basketball in general.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at it. I do like that. Like I had that toy, so I thought it was cool just because of that fact.
Yeah, it's weird, man. So, and I kind of put it up in a couple groups, and of course the vote is kind of split almost right down the middle. So I don't know. I'll figure it out by the time this goes up. I'll have made my decision. I can't stew on it for too long, but so that'll be up on dragonstarshop.com, and you'll be able to find that in the robot section. Go into the main menu and go into the robot section and click on designs, and that design along with every other design I ever did for Transformer shirts is in that group.
2 lefts, a right.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not that fucking tough. It's like the robot shop and designs, like, you know.
Stay on the right lane and
Jed is low key. Jed is low key right now, bashing the fucking user friendliness of my website right now.
Still better than TCPs.
Yeah.
I love TCP and their website.
The only thing that drives me nuts about their website is like when I go like they show those messages, the pop-up messages like about your fucking stash and this and that and the other thing. It's like I've seen that the first 100 times. I appreciate that message, but I got it.
Shipping error.
Yeah, shipping error. Yeah, right. So yeah, and shout outs. I already got a whole hell of a lot. Anyway, shout outs to the shippers. We're partying tomorrow. We're having the shipper party tomorrow. So that's going to be a good time. We'll probably find a way to lose a game at the party. Thanks for getting it, Brother Kyle. Yeah, we probably will. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just been busy, man. Work's been a madhouse. Somebody else has joined us. You hear that?
Hello.
Craig.
I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah, here we go.
What's going on, fella?
Who the fuck forgot to lock the front door? Jed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tyler Gillette.
Hello.
What's up,
I figured I would pop in and say hello because I always forget to write in questions at the right time.
Yeah, you're about 4.5 hours too early.
Am I too early? Oh, man. So I just assumed that like the show goes on for 6 hours at a time. That like you start at noon.
Yeah, pretty much any time on a Friday, if you pop in, most likely we'll be in here.
I want to hear the uncut version. Set up a Patreon. I want to hear the 14 hours of footage.
That's where we pay you.
All right, guys. Have a good show. I just wanted to pop in and say hi.
Word up.
Tyler?
Have a good night.
Thanks,
brother.
Tyler.
Thanks for
All
stopping
right,
in.
take it easy.
That was cool.
It's like laughing
Right. Yeah, right.
You taking
for all you young kids. That was a TV show in the 60s, I think, or 70s.
60s and 70s, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe just 70s.
that's where
I think it
celebrities. Was it celebrities? They would just cameo and they pop their head out of the doors and they'd say something funny and then they leave.
yeah, something like that. I never watched it. I was
It's
a
like-
hee-haw man myself.
I was just gonna say hee haw. Didn't they do that at the cornfield too? Like
Yeah,
celebrity
something like
pop out. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a formula.
Who's next? Brother Kyle?
Brother Kyle, yes. Brother
Me.
Kyle. Oh, shout outs, plugs. What you got?
balls. I've been so undisciplined with buying like
Yeah, he has.
all kinds of shit. So thanks. So shout out to Nate our buddy Nate Armstrong for getting me addicted to Legos, because now I buy Legos a lot, all the time. I build them like every night, and I actually enjoy it a lot. It's very like, so like, you know how like sometimes we say like playing with Transformers and just kind of sitting there and just transforming them is like therapeutic. You know, you just kind of like lose yourself, and you know, your mind goes blank and you're just playing with the toy. But you know, these days these third-party Transformers that I buy are more frustrating than therapeutic. I mean, you got to watch an instruction video and you break things and you get mad and you want to throw them out the window. So Legos are very easy. You just watch or you just look at the book and build the Lego. But yeah, I've been buying.
What's your standing right now, Kyle? Are you like 3 and 10 with breaking stuff?
Oh yeah. No, I only have a few things. I think the Fans Toys Brawn is the biggest one I could think of anyway. Yeah, I've been buying a bunch of mostly Star Wars Legos, because they come with, you know, all the ships are really cool. So I got the what's it called, the Marauder, the ship from Bad Batch, and I got a Mandalorian cruiser that comes with a little like Bo-Katan figure, and then the big one I bought last week to do, because this week's my week off of school, so I've been, you know, not having to do schoolwork when I get home. So I bought the Avengers, not the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Milano, the giant ship. Mm-hmm. That thing's really cool. I'm like halfway. I don't think I'll be able to finish it this week, but that thing's fun. I also got the April O'Neil NECA, and I haven't really played. Like, I don't know, man. You say what you want about the knees. They look, you know, how are they going to do like good looking knees on a, you know, woman wearing stockings on an action figure? It's going to look goofy because it has a knee joint. So April O'Neil, I'm not putting her in any ninja poses though. She's going to stand there with her, you know, microphone in hand. And as NECA always does, they give you a nice set of accessories. So she has like a stack of pizzas, comes with a sai, a purse that actually opens up. You could hide weed in there. And yeah, I also got, I'm trying to think. Oh, today I got a Kingdom Optimus Prime, which I brought over with me because when I moved a couple months ago, I don't know what happened to mine. It was the only casualty of my move. I was able to move all my DTOFs, all my third-party bots, even my Legos without missing a piece, but I cannot find my Kingdom Prime. I went through all my boxes, and now I know that now that I spend another $50 buying a new one, as soon as I go home, I'm going to come across it. I know it. And I bought I've been buying those He-Man figures, so I finally caved and bought Moss Man the other day. And I randomly picked up that NECA Crow Walmart exclusive. The one that I don't know if you Vanessa has the one that
yeah she has it.
Yeah. So I didn't even open that yet. That's pretty cool. I'm sure I bought a whole bunch of other shit that I can't even remember. My room is just like filled with random shit laying on my desk.
I remember something that you and I got. I forgot to mention. I got that Gigasaur Snarl.
Yes, I got that.
You got that too, Jed?
Yeah.
Snarl's like your favorite Dinobot, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you wanted to grab it, because you have the Fans Toys one as well, right?
I do. I get the whole set.
So yeah, I brought that over. I actually didn't even open it when I got it. I brought it over to Mike's and we opened it here and compared the two, and I really, really dig that. I think there's some things the Fans Toys has an edge over, but I think that, you know, concurrently, Gigapower one I think is better in certain ways. It's bigger, and that's really cool. Did you play with yours yet? Did you open it?
I opened it up. Actually, I kind of opened up, pulled it out, looked at it. I didn't transform it or anything. I was just checking out the paint on it. There's a little bit of overspray on the bottom. I was kind of a little tiny disappointed, but I mean, what are you gonna do? And like, if you look real close, like the yellow on the tail, like the one half of it is a little bit darker than the other half, at least on mine.
Oh, I didn't examine mine like that. I should start doing that to my fingers.
I was looking at the paint.
Really pay attention to that kind of stuff.
That was one of the things I was looking at. Like, mainly it was because the metallic chrome painting or whatever, you know, they were saying these versions were. So, but yeah,
cool
no, I didn't take it apart. Yeah, it looks cool.
Super easy transformation. It's very simple. I couldn't believe how insanely simple it was. Kind of reminded me of just like the was it Studio Series Grimlock? How it's just like they're just making these Transformers now that are just, they're like really articulate, but the transformations are just really simple, and It's pretty nice. So this
I
one
kind
kind
of missed that in a
of
masterpiece scale transformer, like a simplistic
Yeah.
transformation.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Yeah,
nowadays, like,
Trying to figure
500 fucking parts, like, 300, 20 freaking moving parts and stuff that you got to do. And it's just like,
sometimes I'll take out the instruction booklet, like I'll grab one off the shelf and be like, you know what, man, I haven't transformed this one, and like look forward to it, and then I'll take the instruction booklet out, and when I open it up to page 1, and it just looks like the entire thing is exploding. I'm good, and then I just put it back on the shelf and move on, man.
Yeah, I'm so horrible at reading the instructions. Maybe it's just because I kind of have poor vision, but they always look weird to me. So I always end up having to watch. So shout out to MGO for his Just Transform It videos, because they are super, super helpful. As far as shout outs go, shout out to everybody in the Blackout and Shout group chat, and shout out to all my friends in the Green Energon group chat that I have going on, Chris, Nico, and Dave and Wayne. Yeah, shout out to a new group I just joined, a new Beast Wars group I think it was called Beast Wars Forever, and it was sitting in my invite box for like 4 months, and I kept forgetting to get on it. But I think do you guys know Matt Dowkis or Dawkis? He's in the Rewind toy.
I know that. Yeah, I know who he is.
You've probably seen him on there because he puts out like 400 pictures a day.
Yeah, I definitely recognize the name at least.
Yes, he's a good dude, and I think that's his group. So yeah, that was pretty cool. The first thing that I saw in the group was some fucking douche knuckle shitting all over the new Beast Wars comic. So that was like not a very positive way to get into the group. But what are you gonna do? It's the internet. People are dicks.
Yeah, 30% cunts.
Yeah.
Real quick, Jed, are you getting the rest of the Dinobots?
The others, yeah. The plan for me is that if the Gigapowers were good, like good enough, I was gonna get all those and then sell off my fan toys, basically pay for those with the Fantails, and then make money off of it too. And then some. Yep.
Speaking of fans toys, I have my bugs up for sale on eBay, and I haven't gotten one hit on it.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people probably doing the same thing. I might just have to I lowered.
Might have to sit on.
I went super high on my price though, just getting a little ambitious.
Yeah.
Just gotta.
Why not
start high? So I lowered it since, but still haven't gotten anything. But hoping I can at least get my money back on those things, or at the very, very least, I'll just keep them. But
saturation of market. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said, I'm sure I could always get my money back from retail at least.
I predicted this. But, Jed Stradamus has spoken.
The last thing that I got was today I went to Tales of Adventures comic in Coopersburg, and I picked up issue 7, cover A and B of the Beast Wars comic, and I'm really, really enjoying that, and that's cool. And they also had trades that were buy one get one, so I picked up a Star Wars Kanan First Blood, which I guess is like his kind of like origin thing with him and his master. And I guess it's kind of like the Order 66 retelling from his point of view. I think. So that should be really cool because I love Kanan. He's awesome. And I picked up this Vampirella comic called Our Lady of Shadows. And that's cool too because I love that figure. And I did start reading some of those comics a while back and they were really good. So it was a free comic. So I just picked it.
I'm surprised you didn't get the Shattered Glass that came out.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I might have to jump back tomorrow and grab that. Is that like issue 1 or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind picking that up.
Yeah, it was good.
I really wish I could get some of these other covers for these Beast Wars, but like I don't want to track them down and pay all kinds of crazy money for it. But the comic book shop that I go to is kind of small, so they don't really get enough to get the incentive covers, which I guess you have to like order a certain amount to get them. I'm not really sure how it works. Josh explained it to me one time, but I forgot.
I forget how it is. Is it every 100 or something like that? You get a special cover, like one of them.
I think there's 2 incentive tiers or something like that. Like maybe it's like 100, you get the first one, 200, you get the second one. I'm not sure, but
it's really something cool. Like that.
I love this book, and I like it. Like I was saying earlier about there was this dude in the group, and he was just like kind of shitting on the artwork. That guy, I think it's Josh Burnham is his name.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually like it a lot. And I kind of like got in a little bit of my argument lasted about 2 comments before I realized, hey, this is the internet. Why am I arguing with some fucking asshole on the internet? But he was just like, he threw up a picture of the cover, and he was just like asking. He's like, "Yo, these covers are really awesome," but he's like, the artwork inside is garbage. And I was like, "Hey, man, like, if you don't like it, like, you can give criticism, even if it is negative, without being a total dickhead. You know, you just calling some dude shit garbage. Explain why you don't like them, and just say, hey, I don't like this, and this is the reason why. It's not my thing." But
now you're just asking too much.
That's why I said that. Like after like 2 comments, I was like, "What am I? What am I?" I always give that advice to people, like, don't even interact with people like that. And then I go ahead.
Should have been like, I've never seen garbage read garbage before.
And one last thing, I would like to plug my new print up for sale on hiddentoys.net.
Yeah.
Code of Honor. I made my first official sale the other day, and that made me feel really happy. And it's technically not the first, because Josh bought that Mona Lisa one, but something about like just having a stranger buy your shit rather than like your friend. And also that Mona Lisa one Jed kind of did. Really.
No,
but,
I mean, I used
my image and made an image, but you know,
I did. I used your image, and made an image from your image.
And half. So I should split the commissions with you on.
He took parts from an old image along with some new parts, and he made a new image.
But I got a print from hiddentoys.net as well a couple weeks ago. That I got Nico's. I forget what it was called, but it was the one with Rodimus, and it came out really good. I got a frame for it and everything. So
man, I'm telling you that printer, man, it blows my mind sometimes, the quality that it puts out.
Wow.
I can't hear Nico's name without thinking of Nico, the Bad Tomatoes call for the Jerky Boys. You ever hear that one? It's Nico from Nico's Deli. He tried to sell me a corn de coxer and That's exactly what it sounds like.
Don't remember that one. Is it like on the later tapes, I guess?
It was on the 3rd album. Yeah, it was on the 3rd album.
Was it
on the one with
where they're trying to buy a cannon?
On that album, probably somewhere. Oh yeah, he had the war memorabilia.
Right.
Yeah, right. I got a cannon, a sword, and a boot with a foot in it.
Oh, by the way, I got that amazing Yamaguchi Iron Spider. I know we talked about that earlier, but that's another. I ordered some stuff, so I have some stuff on the way from TCP as well, but I know your guys' rules about not talking about things you don't have in hand.
That's Jed's rule.
I was just gonna say it's Levy's rule.
I think that's Jed's rule.
That harkens back to like episode 10. Levy was just like, no.
I bought myself a present, as I always do, every time I finish a class, and if I get an A, which I have been, I reward myself with a toy.
That is a good policy to live by.
This week, I was cruising the TCP site, and I have a huge nostalgic like thing in my heart for Double Cross, one of the monster bots. And I have this, I think my grandfather bought me one when I was a kid, and I have a picture of me sitting next to my grandpa, and I'm holding that in my hand, and I still have that figure to this day. It's one of the only like original G1s I have from my childhood. So I went and I bought that Fans Hobby. Am I saying, is it Double Cross? I know he had like 2 different names, right?
Double Cross is the double-headed dragon. Yeah.
And then I was in the checkout, and I'm about to like pay for it, and I'm like, why am I buying one monster bot? What am I going to do with one monster bot? So I went ahead and I bought the other 2.
That is also a good policy to live by.
That's
so I actually want to check them out before I leave if I can here, because I know Mike has them all.
A Filipino toy pusher's motto.
Yep.
Why buy one when you can buy all of them?
That's right. I said the same thing to you when you wanted to just buy one Dinobot. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Or one Seeker.
Yeah, now I have all of them. Yeah.
Good man.
I also went ahead and I
3.
I pre-ordered all the Omnibots.
Punch, counter punch,
and the Chargers. Like, yeah, I'm in the Edge Transbots for like $2,000 right.
What about the Quins? You got the Quins too.
And I also pre-ordered that MMC Nemesis Prime.
Yeah. Just imagine if it was like drug, like we talk about addictions, like he was telling me about drugs right now. It's like, yeah, I got some cocaine and I'm just sitting here laughing my ass off. I picked up some cocaine, some shrooms.
And I'm like, my man.
That's
good job.
That MMC that MSC has like has a guts kind of vibe to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it comes with a
Oh, with the big scarf and the sword and everything.
a wired
Yeah.
cape too. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the things that sucked about that guts was that cape is like a hard shell. It's kind of like his little hoodie thing that he has.
Mhm.
It's kind of. I wish that was a cloth.
I don't know about you, Levy, but like all of that stuff, I have no interest in whatsoever.
What stuff?
Like Omnibots, Punch Counter Punch,
Oh,
the Quintessons, all that stuff. Like everyone's like going woo,
Yeah.
and Mike's going woo.
Yeah, Mike's going woo because it's just more to complete the collection.
Yeah, man.
I never had the Omnibots.
Just they
I
don't
didn't
do
even
anything
know
for
about
me.
them.
Well, no, see, no, woo to complete the collection is like when they come out with some fucking random ass like Diaclone version of something. Like those characters, like I like those characters. Like, you know.
I'm not saying you don't, but
The Battle Chargers, I had those as a kid though. That's why I wanted them. And you know what? X-Transbot has been a little bit kind of iffy lately with their pricing and some of their the quality and stuff like that. But I have faith in their Carbot ability. They make really good Carbots.
The prices on the last batch of shit are really good.
Bad,
Yeah.
$9 for each one of them. That's not bad. The Quintessons are,
And Lock is supposedly going out soon. And I don't know what they didn't give any details. Did you get yours at TCP as well, or you get yours somewhere else?
TCP.
So I don't know if we're gonna have to send the original back, or if they're just gonna tell us like
I kept the box just specifically because of that.
I didn't. I
haven't even touched mine. I put mine in a DTOF and it's sat there.
Yeah.
I watched a video of that transformation and I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna attempt it.
nope.
But sorry, I was on for like 30 minutes talking about my shit. But moving on.
Levy, what about you?
Tyler, what did you get?
Well, Tyler's gone.
Tyler's gone.
I know.
Oh.
Way to ruin the joke, everybody.
Yeah. Sorry. Me, what did I get? We did make that Ollie's run back on the 16th. And I picked up the Marvel Legends Squirrel Girl mostly because I wanted that scooter. Got the Cowboy Wolverine because I wanted that open mouth screaming head sculpt. Because it actually looks really good on the Tiger Stripe Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And I think that was it that I picked up from Ollie's that day.
What else did you guys do that day? I thought you guys were going to Jersey.
Yeah,
we ended up doing a whole lot of nothing.
We did a whole lot of nothing. Well, all our plans got shot to hell. So what? Like the original plan was, well, let's go to Yestercades and go to do a Red Bank thing. But like, there was nobody else was available except for just like us two. So it's like, well, do you want to just go down to two of us, or you want to like figure out something else a little more local? So I brought up the idea of like, hey, let's go to the Circle in Easton, and we'll hit up the public market and grab something to eat, or we'll get breakfast first and then we'll head down there to the arcade. What's the fucking shop's name? Angel's Place?
Game Gallery.
Game Gallery.
Oh, I know what you guys talking about.
Yeah,
that's
so
where
we
the
were
Crayola stores, right?
Yeah, it's near there.
Yeah.
So we figured we'd go there and then hit up the Easton Public Market for lunch after that. So I get down there and I just pull in and I'm waiting for Levy to show up. Or no, Levy, you were with me. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah.
We pull in and I check the schedule for the Easton Public Market. Well, first of all, they open on Wednesday, so it's Monday. So it's like, all right, well, that's already shot to hell. And I had stopped at the bank on the way there, and I picked us both up 2 rolls of quarters. And then we walked over to the arcade. The arcade was closed one day out of the week. Would you like to guess which day of the week it was closed? Monday. So it's like, all right, so we're out here and we have absolutely nothing to do. So we ended up, we actually went to breakfast before that. And then what did we do? We went to Ollie's.
Yeah, we just took a run to Ollie's.
And then Target, I think.
Yeah.
And then we came back here and just like sat on the couch and stayed quiet because Vanessa was working. So that was our adventure for the day, but it was all right. It was cool. It was
just to hang out.
Yeah, it was good to hang out. I was actually just gonna say, man, like a lot of the hanging out I've been doing with anybody over the last like over for a while has been like obligation. It's been I'm going to play in the band, or I'm going to this or this event or that event or whatever. You know what I mean? It's been a while since it's just been like a hangout. I have nothing to do. Let's just like fucking hang out. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. So let's see here. What else I get? My Sentinel Miles Morales finally came in from GameStop. It's only 4 months late because that was supposed to release back in May or something.
Wow.
GameStop's notorious for that stuff.
Yeah, like everyone. I was back in May. I saw like everyone was getting theirs, and I'm like, "Where's mine?" And I ordered it from GameStop because it was like $40 cheaper than every other and then all the import sites. Right, like all the import sites were selling for like $120, $130. I bought it for like $80, and there was no differences. It was the same exact figure, but they were selling it for $80. And I mean, if it was just like some random website on the internet or something, I wouldn't have bothered with it. But it's fucking GameStop,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not gonna like scam you. So
yeah, they would.
Yeah, so
yeah, they would.
Finally, it shows up. And this thing's really nice. I was gonna get it to it comes with all of the like his jacket, his shorts, and his shoes and everything. They're all interchangeable parts. They're not soft goods like the Mafex figure was. So you replace the arms, you put the jacket on, put the arms on, you put the hoodie on. You replace the thighs with the shorts, and you replace the feet with the shoes and stuff like that. So you got his whole street clothes look. I was going to use that as my street clothes Miles in my display and shit. But it turned out that I'm not really happy with the execution on the hood itself, because it's not part of the jacket itself. It's a separate piece that you have to plug in with this little tab that plugs into it, and it comes with two different hoods, like one up and one down. The one that's down connects okay, but the one that's up, I can't get it to stay in, and it always falls out. And I'm afraid if I try and keep it on there, I'm just going to lose it. So I'm a little disappointed with that. But other than that, it's a great fucking figure. It's got some weird choices for articulation, like its wrists doesn't have any kind of hinge to it. It just has a rotation swivel, but like you can't like hinge the fists in and out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It just has a straight rotation on the wrists, but like it comes to like multiple hands, and each one is molded to be in a different position, so it all still works out for the most part. So that doesn't really bother me too much. And there's some other interesting things that they did with the articulation, like the shoulder articulation. It's a little bit different than most figures. It's still just like a ball and socket joint, but just the ball socket doesn't actually rotate around like a lot of other figures do, where it's like a double joint. You know what I'm talking about? So it gives you like all that extra rotation and butterfly and shit, but it still doesn't suffer from it. Like it's just a fixed joint. Like the ball peg comes, it sits deep in the chest or in the shoulder, and the arm plugs onto it, but it's still got a really great range of motion. I don't know how they manage that with a fixed joint like that, but it still works out really well. So all in all, I love it, and I might just use my Mafex as the street clothes Miles, even though I'm not totally happy with the soft goods on that. But yeah, so that figure's awesome. And then I a while back I told you I got that white blood cell figure from Figma from that Cells at Work anime. Well, I finally just decided to open up right before we started the show, and he's pretty cool.
Cool.
So, let's see here. I think that's it for stuff that I have. I just shipped my BBTS stash. I have a bunch of stuff coming from that. I haven't received it yet, but I wanted to put it out there. if you guys are if you have the X Transbots Menosaur and you didn't get the accessory kit because it was just ridiculously priced at $75, TF Source has it for $50 this weekend. So, or today maybe. I don't know if it's the rest of the weekend, but for today, is as far as I know, they have it for $50. So I picked one up.
The trailer is on sale as well.
Yeah. I already had the trailer. I'm like a chump. I paid full price for it. But,
I still don't even at that discount price. I still don't care about it.
Yeah, but I was not interested in that accessory kit at $75, but for $50, So
that's the line right there, right?
Well, it was more palatable to me. It's still not super great, but it's more appealing to me than 75. So I can. Well, obviously, I justified it to myself to get it. So at that price. Cool. So yeah, that's it for me. No shout outs or plugs. I don't do nothing.
Sanity check, right? Did you ever see if those waist fillers fit on your Devastator?
No, not yet. I
Jesus Christ, Levy.
Well, he's not exactly out. So
still in the closet.
Yeah. So
what did you hang my art?
Yeah, okay.
Brother Kyle, did you hang your art that I gave you?
I haven't since I moved. I haven't gotten to that stage yet where I'm hanging everything. But I did. Like I said, I put it in a frame. I actually bought extra frames like a chump, thinking that they were 11 by 17.
I gave you a framed version of it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, it's still sitting. Like I said, I haven't gotten to that decorating point yet.
I'm not even gonna ask Mike.
I wanted to get a frame for the Wonder Woman one, but
Wonder Woman.
I bought, like I said, I bought an extra 11 by 17, not thinking that you printed that out like a smaller version of those for me.
Yeah, that was the test.
So
I told you I would print out 11 by 17, and you're like, no, and I'm like, I can still print it out.
And you can't expect me to remember anything that I say ever.
It's all the weed.
all that coke and shrooms.
Are we ready for the nerd news?
Oh yeah, nerd news. Yeah, Jed, how about nerd news?
Charlie Watts died. He was 80. He was the English Hall of Fame drummer from none other than the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, man.
Right? Lori said to me, she goes, oh yeah. She's like, I don't know what the big deal is about that drummer dying. I'm like, which drummer? What are you talking about? She's like, I don't know, some Charlie guy. I said, who? Charlie Watts from Rolling Stones? She's like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, what do you mean not a big deal? It's the fucking Rolling Stones.
They're only one of the biggest bands in the world.
Yeah. It's like, they're like iconic. It's like,
they're like one of the oldest bands in the world that's still around.
Yeah. She's like, oh, well, he was 80. She's like, he lived a good life. I'm like, well, yeah. She's like, oh, he looked like he was 100. I'm like, hey, well, yeah. Look at, drugs or whatever.
I'm going to tell you right now that Keith Richards is going to outlive everybody. All the Stones. He is going to be the last man standing. I guarantee fucking.
He's a living mummy.
Keith Richards was probably standing over Charlie Watts, going, "There can be only one."
Dude, Phil, the dude, Phil, standing there listens to us. He actually hit me up on the side and said exactly that. He's like. He said something about Keith Richards being a Highlander, and I was like, "Yeah, dude." I'm like, every time another rock star dies, like he receives the quickening.
Dude, I almost spit tea all over my fucking keyboard.
Yeah,
the only one.
Sonny Chiba died. He was 82 years old.
Yeah, man.
Japanese actor, Street Fighter, Storm Riders, Kill Bill Volume 1, well-known martial artist. Yeah, complications from COVID. That's why he died.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, who was he in Kill Bill?
The sword maker.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Nice.
He was in a bunch of stuff too. Too many movies to list. And here's one that I didn't know. He actually died like in the beginning of August, but the family just kind of announced it. But Masumi Souda, who is 78 years old, was the Japanese animator, director, and character designer for Fist of the North Star.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw that earlier this week. I think
Yeah.
Art sent it to me or something.
Speed Racer he worked on, Gotcha Man, Dragon Ball Z,
No kidding.
another one was popular. I don't really know the anime. It's called Slam Dunk. I guess it's like a basketball anime.
Yeah.
He did character stuff.
What would make you think that, Jed?
It's about boxing.
Are you making fun of me?
Yes.
He did some character design too, or he directed an episode of like The Littles, an 80s cartoon.
I used to watch that show all the time.
There was a Samurai Showdown anime. I think somebody did. He did that. There's also like it's kind of like Fist of the North Star, but it's I forget what it's called now. It's like something like Fist of the Blue Sky, Blue something. He worked on that too. Same style of everything. But yeah, he was all over like animation for like in anime like from the 70s and 80s for everything. So I mean, when you have creds like Speed Racer, Gotcha Man, Dragon Ball Z behind you, you're basically doing anything. So
Yeah.
Right.
but yeah, he died of cancer, which kind of sucks. So and that's it. That's all the people that died. Killers, yes.
Yes.
I want to start out in saying that speaking about anime, the Star Wars Visions thing, I am so excited for that. That looks so awesome. I must have watched that trailer like 100 times. Japanese version and English dub version. When they have that chick saying like "May the Force be with you" in Japanese and just everything all about it, it's just I love it. I can't wait.
What's that about? Because I had never even heard of it.
Yeah, neither did I.
Well, did you watch the trailer, Mike?
No, I did, but I mean, like, I never knew such a thing. Like, if I wouldn't have known that was a Star Wars trailer, I wouldn't have known it was Star Wars.
Well,
Except for maybe like the lightsaber stuff.
so Disney started up a project and they went to all these different anime companies and they said, hey, do you guys want to make an episode about, in the Star Wars world? And they're all like, yes, please. Because that's all, basically Star Wars is like, a rip off of like samurai stuff anyway. So everyone's like, they always had like, a vision for like doing a Star Wars story in their style of anime. So they had 6 or 8 different companies do like an episode each in their style.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of like the Animatrix or Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah, and there was the Batman had an anime like that too, right?
There was something like that was really cool. Do you guys remember that game Dante's Inferno? It was a really good game for, I think it was just a PlayStation, maybe.
Yeah, PlayStation and Xbox.
There was an animated movie that along with that.
That animated movie is awesome.
But
Dante's
it was
Inferno.
done in like 3 or 4 different like styles of anime.
We might be thinking of something different then.
I'll have to check that out. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, the game is a God of War clone.
I like it much better than Go. I mean, I love God of War, but I kind of like dig the whole like Dante's Inferno like story anyway. Like,
yeah, the iconography and everything was really good. Was really cool.
Is it different like anime styles for each layer of hell? That type of thing?
I think something like that. Yeah. So it was a long time ago. I saw it.
That's cool. I have to check that out. But yeah, man, I can't wait. It's like I said, it's like they just took 2 of my favorite things and just smashed them together, and just fucking awesomeness of rainbows and unicorns and shit came fucking flying out with lightsabers.
Checking it out now. Like looks like they're all original stories, and like, is there going to be like the characters going to be all new? It's not going to be like Luke Skywalker or whatever.
No, I think it's all original characters.
That's really cool. Love me some
You should
Star Wars.
watch that trailer, Kyle. There's 2 trailers. There's the one that just came out, and there was one before that where it was talking to all the different art directors, I think they were, or the animators from each one of those companies about how they were so excited. The one dude is like, he's like, this is like the pinnacle of my career. I can retire now after this. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be awesome. I guess you guys aren't as excited as I am.
No, I'm pretty psyched for it. I mean, I'm more of a casual Star Wars fan, but like I'm a fan of good animation, and it looks like it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, Levy, opinion?
It looks cool. I don't know if I'm going to watch it or not.
Watch the fucking Vampire Diaries, but
Oh, I just started season 4 or 3, I think. I forget which season I'm on, but it's so good.
You know,
It is, isn't it?
We should just have a segment of the show called, Vampire Journal. You guys can, talk for 5 minutes about how your latest Vampire Diaries fucking
Kyle, we should
Girls
start our own
Locker
Vampire Diaries podcast.
talk went.
I would. We could do it. We could do like a episode review.
Yeah, just each episode review, episode by episode.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Let's not start a Vampire Diaries podcast.
It's funny, Jed. I love when we finally agree on something.
Lefty, I'm at the stuff with where they raised Silas and they're looking for the cure.
Okay, yeah.
I'm at, right?
Yo, Silas.
I still, as soon as I'm done this, I want to watch the originals as well.
Yeah, April like the originals.
I love those characters. The like Klaus and Rebecca, like they're all
Elijah.
Characters.
I just found out that the guy that plays Elijah is married to Rachel Lee Cook, or she was. I guess they divorced this year.
Wow, well, he's a vampire. It's understandable.
All right. Let's move on.
You heard it here first, folks. Me and Kyle, we're going to be starting the Vampire Diaries podcast.
If that gets more, if you guys get more subscribers than this show has, I'm quitting like all podcasting.
We could be the number one Beast Wars podcast or something.
Yep.
Levy, what trailer would you like to talk about?
Let's talk about Foundation.
Yeah, this trailer was a lot more than the last one that that was out. That was more of a teaser. At least this way you kind of get like an idea of the actual story behind everything. Yeah,
I mean, this looks like really, really huge budget. Like it looks like they spared no expense, to quote Dr. Hammond. So, but it definitely looks interesting. And I just realized that the one character is played by Lee Pace, the guy that played Thranduil in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So. No, definitely. Yeah. Unfortunately, actually, April. That's right. April said that she thinks that she has the Apple TV app or something like that, or some sort of access to Apple TV. I don't know.
This is going to be a series, right?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
So, and I like the actor that plays the this guy that can see the future and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name, but he was in Chernobyl.
Oh, this
yes, which I watched not too long ago.
Yeah,
Chernobyl was awesome. Writer. That was a great miniseries. Yeah, was that HBO?
What's that?
Which was that Chernobyl?
Yeah.
I had to skip all the scenes where they were shooting all the dogs, so I fast forward past that shit. I couldn't sit through that. So
yeah, that was like a whole episode.
Yeah, especially when like they killed the puppies and shit. I couldn't do that. They didn't show it. They didn't show that, but like just the implication and hearing the gunshots and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, I can't do that. So I skipped all past that shit. So, but let me tell you that the one scene in Chernobyl where the three guys went into the sub basement that was flooded and shit, and they had to try and divert the water or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That
was like a really, really chilling and scary scene in a show that was not supposed to be a horror show. You know, because it was like completely silent except for the sound of that dosimeter just clicking. You know, it's like click, 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 and then when it just started like getting faster and faster, he's like, "Oh my god!" It's like it chilled you to the bone.
And then the lights go out. Yeah, then the radiation kills the flashlights. Yeah, I'm like, holy shit, dude. So yeah, that's a good series. If you guys haven't watched that, if you guys haven't seen that, that's fantastic miniseries. Yeah.
Really hit home is because it really happened. You know, like all these people, they really, suffered, that horrible deaths, because of that rage, especially the first responders and shit that showed up to fight the fire and everything. That one guy picks up that big piece of graphite, and then like in less than a minute, his hand is like blistered and burned and shit. And yeah, so. But back to Foundation. Like I said, I'm definitely very interested, and I'm interested in seeing what that's all about. So, does anybody else have any thoughts on Foundation?
Not a whole lot. I don't. I guess. I don't know. sci-fi. I like sci-fi, but like every sci-fi trailer looks the same to me anymore. Like I would just have to watch it, which I probably won't.
You're getting to be an old fogey.
I'm getting to be an old fogey. You're 10 days younger than me, motherfucker.
That's right. So you'll always be older than me.
Yeah.
Old man.
Old man captain.
That actor's name is his name is Jared Harris, by the way.
That's it, Jared Harris. Yeah. So what's next?
Dude, are we saving Spider-Man for last? Or can I just say Spider-Man right now?
I think you already did.
Don't do it.
Dude, Spider-Man. God damn it, that's exciting.
Yeah, I had to watch that a couple more times. I watched it like just once. I was like at work. I wasn't really like super paying attention.
Yeah.
But, it looks so great.
Man, I guess the internet kind of went nuts when who's the actor that played Dr. Octopus?
Alfred Molina.
Yeah, him. Like, and he's back as Dr. Octopus. Hello,
Yeah.
Peter.
So do you guys think that he's talking to Tobey Maguire? Is he going to be in it?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what?
I keep hearing that
thinking,
both of them are, but I don't know.
like, when I first heard when the rumors running rampant that Maguire and Garfield were slated to appear in this movie and everything like that, I chalked it off as unfounded rumor.
Yeah.
Now that I've seen this, and I knew that Alfred Molina was cast in it, and I know they said Jamie Foxx or whatever, but now that I've actually seen it, I think that lends itself to a little more credence to those two showing up too.
Yeah.
So this trailer, I think this trailer did exactly what it's supposed to, and to get people really, really hyped up for it. So
It worked.
yeah, absolutely.
Like they're doing the whole was that book called Far From Home as well? The one where he gets a Mephisto to.
No, that's One More Day.
One
I was
More
actually
Day.
just going to mention that I was getting
Yes.
One More Day vibes from that, like that deal he was
people-
trying to work with Doctor Strange.
A lot of people hated that like whole retcon thing, but I actually have that book and I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Well, it just seemed
like it
it
at all.
seems it seemed like a weird thing for like. Is that the one where his marriage to Mary Jane?
It's all
Yeah.
that race, yeah.
Yeah. Why
Yep.
would Mephisto want that? Like that's the thing that I don't know. It just seems like an odd thing for Mephisto to be aiming for.
Because he's the fucking devil, or a devil, and
Yeah, but
takes away your happiness.
I don't know. Just seemed to be a
Yeah, well, I mean, there's,
And,
the
like Spider-Man
whole
and
kind of
Mephisto had a long history of shit where Spider-Man will always fucking beat his ass on multiple occasions for things, like way back when. So for him to fucking take that away, that's a win for him in his book. That's why he did it.
I guess.
In my opinion, if I was like Peter Parker at that moment, I'd be like, yeah, Aunt May, she's had a good life.
She's had a good run. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see, supermodel wife or my old Aunt May. I'm
Not
going
just
for the
supermodel,
supermodel wife.
just wife that I love with all of my heart, and that I have hopefully have
Yeah.
a long future with.
Look at how
Versus-
superficial. Look at how superficial Jed is being right now. Like
Yeah.
if Mary Jane wasn't good looking, it's like
Mm-mm.
no biggie.
Take them both.
Take 'em both. What else? What's behind door number 3, Mephisto?
Hey, is Betty Brant still available?
Yeah.
Or maybe you can bring back Gwen.
Yeah, right. Can I get Gwen for Mary Jane and Aunt May?
There you go. See,
But
You guys are
she's
thinking
got to
the right
look like Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah. See, you guys got it all queued
Yeah.
up. You're
I
thinking
think
of Scott
all
Orton,
that's
I thought
going on in the last couple of episodes of the show is that people are slowly finding out that Jed is a bigger dick than I am.
of. No, not true.
You're disgusting,
No.
Jed.
Yeah. You guys are enabling me. I wasn't like this before.
Oh, fuck you, and this ain't my fault. I mean, if anything, it's Mike's fault.
Don't let him. Don't support his blame shifting, Levy. By the way, when we've been sitting here and Brother Kyle let me fuck around with his Optimus Prime, man, this is a very cool Optimus Prime.
It's nice, right?
I transformed him into robot mode and back, and it took me like 3 minutes to do each one, and it's like fun and actually looks good.
The Kingdom Prime is that the one that comes with the trailer and it basically looks like the G1 Prime, but like more like a mini masterpiece almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's cool because sorry, I just stuffed my face with a steak sandwich. He doesn't have them big ass forearms that the last one did, which is cool. Like he looks really good.
Well, it's basically the re-release of the Earthrise Prime, right?
I believe so. Yeah. I wish I could have found. There's one of these versions. It's like a cell shaded. I wish I could have found that.
Yeah. I think that one's the Siege version though.
Okay.
Oh, really? I used to see that at my Walmart like all the time.
It was Walmart exclusive. The cell shaded one. I'm pretty sure that was the Siege mold.
Yeah,
but,
that and Megatron.
Kyle, if you can get, I don't know if he's still selling it, but Non-F Productions. Do you ever hear of them?
No, it's like an add-on kit.
They make 3D printed upgrade kits and stuff like that. I bought the upgrade kit for the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Fantastic. It adds a whole bunch of stuff. I think it adds little computer consoles in the it adds a whole bunch of accessories for the trailer, like computer consoles and like stuff on the outside so that the bottom of the trailer doesn't look so bare. Added some like wheel wells over the wheels on the trailer. Changed the door. I think it gives you it comes with a roller.
Oh, I was just gonna ask that. Yeah,
it comes with a roller, a bunch of stuff, and I think it comes with a new gun. I think a lot of cool stuff. And then I also picked up the Toy Hacks labels for the Earthrise Optimus Prime, and yeah, that shit fucking really looks great now. So
yeah, so Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Love it.
So do we think Doctor Strange, is Doctor Strange in control of Doctor Strange, or is somebody else in control of Doctor Strange?
No, I think Doctor Strange is in control. What makes you think that he's not?
I think he just fucked up.
Because
that rumor.
It seemed like weird that he would try and do something like he would be smarter than that. Like
I feel like he would be smarter than that. Like I mean, like if he's going in there to cast a spell, and it seems like from what you see in the trailer that Spider-Man keeps chirping at him during the spell, and that's kind of what gets his concentration fucked up, or something happens or whatever. Like that is directly correlated to Spider-Man talking.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't know, man. Doctor Strange was kind of putting off a little bit of a goofier vibe than usual, but I would think that a dude as smart as Doctor Strange would, like, casting a spell. It's not like he's doing something little. Like, he's casting some major ass fucking spell. You would think that prior to the spell would have come along with a bunch of instructions like shut the fuck up.
So the thing though with that Doctor Strange is like, he's like real smart, like brainy and stuff like that. But what's he been the Sorcerer Supreme for like 5-6 years? Like he's still like, I guess he doesn't have that like wisdom that the Ancient One had. She's been alive forever, so he's still kind of like impulsive and kind of a dick.
He's
like
he's an egotistical fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
so
like he has all that power, but he doesn't have like like that ancient wisdom or patience, and so yeah, maybe he would just douchily try some stuff just to see if he can do it.
I could buy that, but I won't be surprised if we find out otherwise.
Well, I mean,
so there was a couple things from the trailer I wanted to point out real quick. Just give you guys something to chew on in your brain. Someone mentioned that it's possible that Alfred Molina was talking to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but in the trailer they digitally replaced Tobey Maguire's head with Tom Holland's when he was standing on top of the car. Someone pointed out like a suit that Tobey Maguire is wearing. It was like identical to the one that Tom Holland's wearing. So that was something. They also said that it's going to be like a Sinister Six thing, and they're going to pick two bad guys from each one of the Spider-Man movies. Spider-Verses. So Goblin, Doc Ock, right? And then it would be Lizard and what was the other one? A lizard and Electro,
Electro.
right? And then it would be Mysterio and somebody else, probably Vulture.
Or Scorpion.
Yeah,
True.
that's right. Scorpion. He was in the jail, right? With
Yeah, or it could be Vulture because Vulture was the one part of the original Sinister Six, right?
Right. So so they're kind of saying that they're gonna pair it off like 2 each for each one. And the part when Strange is like chasing Spider-Man around and there's like that whole train fight and stuff.
Yeah,
I think someone said that that's Doctor Strange forgot who Spider-Man was too, and that he's kind of like thinking that he stole something from the what the hell is this called? His house called?
Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah, that's it. Because he has that box or whatever.
Yeah,
I want them to take fucking Norman Osborn and not Power Ranger fucking suit, but give him the fucking like a real goblin fucking outfit.
Yeah.
Because fucking his name William Dafoe looks fucking like a goblin. So
yeah,
he just throws some makeup on him in the hat and he's good to go.
Yeah, I think that helmet really did a disservice for him because I think he would have been a fantastic goblin if they just put like a mask on him or something like that. Like let us see his face, you know?
Yep.
So
also what's the chick's name that played Mary Jane in the Tobey Maguire's movies?
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, she was seen on set too.
Oh really?
I'm hear that stuff all the time though, like when people like say that God, so and so was on set at the they did a lot with like, Star Wars and the Avengers and stuff. Yeah, but I mean they would be on set, but it doesn't. Sometimes I just feel like they just fly somebody in, throw them on set, like a little fake picture. Although I don't really know what the point of that would.
Game of Thrones did that. They
that's right, they did.
They would film fake scenes and shit to throw people off, throw off the paparazzi and shit.
Shit, they should have used some of those fake scenes.
So I'm curious as to why the Sanctum is frosted over for one thing.
Yeah.
And why he's like wearing. I like how he's wearing a winter coat and then the cloak of levitation on top of it.
On top, yeah. The one scene he was wearing it looked like he was wearing like a college sweatshirt,
like NYC.
And then he had the
NYU or whatever.
Yeah. Did you guys hear the rumor that some people are thinking that during the interrogation scene, that the guy that slams the file folders down, people think that that's Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock?
Yeah, I heard a lot of that too. Like he's going to be his lawyer.
I don't buy that's him.
I would like that. I really really like Charlie Cox as Daredevil. That.
Oh, and I heard he's supposed to be in the movie. I just don't think that's him in that scene.
Okay.
Because he's a defense attorney. That he wouldn't be slamming down files to try and intimidate Peter. Because that's what that was. It seemed to me is that he was trying to intimidate Peter by slamming those files down in front of him. So that would be the actions of either a detective or a prosecuting attorney. And Matt Murdock is neither one of those.
He also can't read. And then you look like Braille.
He can read.
Well, we don't know if it was Braille. Really, to be fair.
Yeah.
Just saying. But that is also a good point. He can't read. Well, he can, sort of, but he can't let the world know that.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I'm totally excited for this movie.
I'm good with them cherry picking, all the characters that, out of the multiverse to make a whole new universe, MCU. I'm down with that. Bring in Daredevil. Bring in fucking, fucking William Dafoe. Alfred Molina was de-aged. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Yep. So yeah, man, fucking de-age these people and fucking do it. Shit. All we need now is a Miles Morales and it's Deadpool getting pulled in and Scarlet Witch fucking doing all that shit in the Doctor Strange movie coming up.
Yep. And we know that Miles exists in the MCU. Yeah.
Fucking pulling what's his name as Magneto too. I'm fucking just pulling like every best character from every series, I'm good with it.
I don't remember this. I don't remember this happening myself. I don't remember this happening, but I saw somebody pointed out that Brian Braddock actually got mentioned in Endgame, either Endgame or Infinity War.
Who?
Brian Braddock.
Oh, Captain Britain.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either. What was that part? What part was that? Oh, was it when he was seeing what's her name? When they went back in time? No. Was it that part? When they were at the Shield headquarters?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'd have to look at it again. I'll try to look it up while we're moving along.
All right. What about Eternals?
Yeah, that looks like a fun movie, man. I saw the the Celestial, man. That shit, man, that made my hair on my arms stand up. Yep. This is how the X-Men are gonna happen. Maybe it's gonna be a whole bunch of different. Was that?
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
How are the X-Men gonna happen? From the Celestial or what?
Because the Celestials, they were responsible for placing the mutant like gene into existence way back, anyways, were they not?
Yeah.
The Celestials. They made the Eternals, and they made the what's the troll group? The bad guys.
Deviants.
Can't remember the Deviants.
Deviant. Yeah.
And then the mutants. And I just feel like I don't know. I feel like there's something's happening.
Didn't I think Apocalypse got his powers from like,
celestial technology
shit that he found or something like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The High Evolutionary have something to do with some of that too. I can't remember.
High Evolutionary. I can't remember if I'm right or not. But he made Warlock, didn't he?
Maybe he had something to do with Magneto's kids too.
Well, that was part of the whole. Or no, that was that was one. It's been so long. Wasn't he part of like the whole Wundagore mountain thing with
they were
Scarlet Witch?
They were raised by this like cow woman. It was like a anthropomorphic cow or some shit.
Yeah, and Jessica Drew was part of that thing too. Spider-Woman, if I remember right. It's been a while.
So,
a while.
You remember how previously I had been talking about like not just being like soured on MCU stuff, but just like not getting like super like hyped up as I used to get. And Spider-Man is doing that for me, and also the Eternals. I was curious to see it, but the previous trailers I was just like, I don't really know super a lot about these characters. I'm not really like super hyped, but that latest trailer that did it for me. It looked really cool.
Yeah. Who the hell's the dragon?
I'm not sure.
Is that a specific character?
The only dragon I know from Marvel is Bing Fang Foom.
Yeah.
Because admittedly, like I'm not well versed on Eternal lore outside of like I know them as a group and I know like the larger picture, but as far as like the stories of all the individual characters, I'm not as educated in.
I don't remember the dragon in that trailer. I remember it being in Shang-Chi.
There was a dragon that came out of the water at like I think towards the end of the trailer. Pretty sure it was a dragon.
Oh, I missed that.
Or maybe it was the brownie in the form of a dragon.
Are you sure you're not confusing that with a Shang-Chi trailer?
That's what
I like the dude that played Rob Stark. And Jon Snow, I think, is going to be in it too, right? He's going to be the black knight. Yeah. It look cool. I like Camille Nanjara. He's awesome. So I like to see him in the MCU. Be fun. I kind of wanted to get that like I don't think those Eternals figures look good at all. Plus, like I always talk about how I'm kind of done with Legends, but I kind of think it'd be fun just to have a Camille Nanjara action figure.
Like having a Paul Rudd action figure as Ant-Man.
Exactly. Yep.
Mike, what'd you think about the American Horror Story?
Ooh, I'm excited for that shit, man. I'm really excited for that.
Yesterday, didn't it? Did that just drop yesterday? I think.
The trailer or the
show.
Oh, it actually dropped already?
Yeah, let me check real quick the schedule. I thought it was either yesterday or the day before that it actually came out. Let me see. Last Wednesday came out.
Oh shit.
Third one was last Wednesday. Wednesday it was, yeah. The first two came out. The ones for that was in that trailer. The alien and the I guess that's vampire stuff.
We've been watching like that little like anthology type of season that they had on American Horror Stories.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been pretty cool. We've seen like 4 or 5 episodes of that, I think, so far.
I thought that's what this was this season.
No, I think it's like a regular season, like American Horror Story season 8 or whatever it's up to is something else. But then there's American Horror Stories with an S on the end, and that's something different. That's like that wasn't a straight season. That was like a couple episodes here and there that tied into old shit. Like the first 2 episodes were tied into Murder House, and then there was like a standalone about like this, this movie that made everybody go insane that they saw at the drive-through. Probably one of the Fast and Furious.
I thought they were doing this season that way. I didn't know it was a whole completely different show. Oh, yep. Okay. Oh, this is season 10.
And
by the way.
I'll take all the American Horror Story. I love that shit. It's fun to see like who everybody's gonna play, because they have they have a lot of the same actors and stuff like that. So seeing them go from season to season and like who they're gonna play and stuff like that is kind of cool.
I agree.
I think I saw who's the lady that was in Annabelle. I think Annabelle, like the medium, the girl, the one that played oh man, who's Norma Bates from the Bates Motel. You know who I'm talking about?
I do. I can't remember her name though.
Vera Farmiga.
Yeah, she's hot, by the way. I don't really like blondes, but
she played in The Conjuring also.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Was the guy's psychic.
The psychic, yeah. What did I say? Annabelle.
I think Annabelle was kind of part of that whole thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's a spinoff.
But anyway, I saw her in it, and that's cool because she's a good actress too.
Based off a real person, like that lady is like a real person.
Yeah.
That couple we had.
You are correct. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be fun, man. Like I said, I'm always down for American Horror Story. Was there any more? Was that the last trailer?
I think there's one more.
No. There's
had the Star Wars we talked about.
The Midnight Suns video game.
That's right.
So
what a great trailer!
You know, it's something funny, man.
Video game.
I saw that thumbnail and I didn't realize it was a video game. So like when I saw Midnight Suns, I thought it was some MCU shit, and this was going to be like, all right, Morbius and Blade and Werewolf by Night and all this other shit or whatever. But part of the thumbnail, like Wolverine was in the thumbnail, and I'm like, oh, it makes perfect sense. The X-Men are going to get introduced through the Midnight Suns. It makes perfect sense. And then I clicked on it and I'm like, man, fuck this, man. And it was just a video game that I'm never going to play.
It was a great trailer.
Yeah, it was cool. It looks fun, but
I have a hard time getting excited for a game trailer when they don't show any gameplay. So I have no idea what kind of game this is going to be. Though it is by Firaxis Games, and they make the XCOM games and Civilization 6. So
it's going to be a game that introduces the X-Men into the MCU, Levy.
So it's probably going to be some sort of turn-based strategy game, would be my guess. I didn't really look too much into it.
RPG or RTS. I think a week from now, I think on the 1st, they're going to show gameplay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not too excited for it myself, but I mean, I like the XCOM games, but I'm not really all that excited for a Marvel turn-based strategy game.
Also, not that excited about something like that either.
Yeah, you guys all suck.
I think.
Did you guys see? I didn't include the trailer, but did you guys see that they re-released an upgraded HD version of Quake?
Yep, and it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, and Quake 2 and 3, I think, or Quake Arena at least. But yeah, it looks awesome.
Quake 2 and 3 are also available. They also did a remake of Mist. If you remember the game Mist.
Yeah, wasn't that
like a puzzle type of game?
It was. So it's a very historic game. It was the very first game that was on CD-ROM.
Yeah,
I had it on CD-ROM. Wasn't that you always say that's tied into what's that other game? They had the virtual reality one for it. Was it like tied in with Mist or something like that?
Which one?
I'm not sure.
There was the company that made Mist made a virtual reality game. I can't remember the name of it though.
No, there's a game that has a couple. There's a couple sequels to it too, but they had recently did one for the VR. You were excited about it.
No, was I?
Yeah.
What game was it though?
That's why I'm trying to remember.
There's a lot of VR games I was excited about.
It was tied into like Stephen King's Mist or something like that too, as well. The movie.
No, this is different. Mist is like the game Mist is like
I know,
MYST.
Yeah,
And
it was something that had it all connected or something like that.
I don't know. Maybe it's been a while. But yeah, Mist has been redone like 40 times over in so many different versions. Yep. They had like before it was like, point and click. And then it was because with video files in it, old school Apple Move files would play. And then they did like a real time like shooter first person type of game of it. Then somebody did a turn based of it, and then they redid it again, and then they had an MMO of it, and then they had 3 sequels of it. There was Riven and Mist 3, Mist 4. It actually had Brad Dourif as the bad guy, and I think in 3, which was really awesome.
The remake of Mist.
Yeah, there's a remake.
No, I'm talking about this new one, this latest one. It has full ray tracing and DLSS support. So if you have your RTX cards, there you go.
Yeah,
it's going to look really, really pretty.
And that's not VR, right? That's okay, because they had the VR version too.
It might have VR compatibility. I don't know, but I haven't downloaded it yet. But I just told April she needs to download that game though, because I'm paying for her Game Pass and she hasn't used it. So I'm like, you're going to download that game and you're going to fucking play it instead of playing your World of Warcraft, and you're going to download it right now. So, and then I want you to go find a second game on Game Pass and download that too. So.
Imagine you're 45 years old and you're demanding that your wife play video games. That's pretty good. I love it.
Well, like I said, I'm paying for it. So
yeah, no, I know.
I got it for her as a birthday gift.
Circumstances unknown. It's pretty funny.
Listen, play some video games, goddammit.
Play some video games, goddammit.
And you will sit next to that Yoda that I bought you.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda, while you download games from the service that I bought you on the computer I purchased for you.
Well, she paid for the computer herself. I built it, but she bought all the
don't you worry about
computer
my
that I built. Just ignore it. Pay no attention. Pay no attention to the cock in the room.
Jed laughs like Muttley, man. It's so funny.
Yeah, I like the Air Biscuit laugh.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's all the trailers, right? That was it, right?
Yeah, I think so. The trailers.
Mortal Kombat animation. I forget what it's called. The next Mortal Kombat animated movie.
Is this the follow up to the Sub-Zero Scorpion one that they put out a little while ago?
Yeah.
Or is this has nothing to do with it?
No, it's coming out with it. It's a sequel to it. What was it called? Revenge of Scorpion or something like that? Yeah, this is like the one after that. End of this month, 8/31. It's coming out.
Oh,
nice. Digital. That was a pretty good animation, man. That was it was like funny to watch because the animation wasn't like super serious, but it was violent as fuck.
Can't remember if that was I think that's Mir that did that one. Mir Studios. Mir, MIR, Mir Studios.
They didn't do the Dead Space animations, did they?
No, they did the Korra and Airbender too.
Because the Dead Space one was kind of a little more of the same. It wasn't like super serious in its like line work, like it's in its art style, but it was violent as hell. Just kind of had the same kind of feel to it.
I watched the Witcher animation, the Nightmare of the Wolf.
Yeah, man, I forgot about it. How's that?
Good. Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah, I need to watch.
Good story. Good at voice acting. Great animating. There's no like money shots like in Castlevania has that you go back here, but it's really good. It's done really well. I like it a lot.
Which one are you talking about?
Witcher, was it Nightmare of the Wolf?
Something of the Wolf, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. With Casimir as the Witcher.
Yeah.
It's good.
Vesemir.
That's it. Thank you. Not Casimir. Close enough. Yeah, it was good. Really good story, good anime. It was really solid all the way around. I liked it a lot. I started watching that.
You brought that because Studio Mir did that, right?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And I just watched it like 2 days ago. I also watched the first episode of Buck. Can't remember how to pronounce it. Chapelwate? Is that the Salem's Lot?
Chipotle.
It's not Chipotle. Levy, help me out here. I think it's Chapelwate. I think that's what it is. Anyway,
what?
It's based off of Salem's Lot, Stephen King. It takes place in the 1800s, early 1900s.
Is it a movie or an animation or what?
No, it's a series.
Oh,
it's a series that came out. Yeah, they just dropped the first 3 episodes this past week. Fuck, what's the name of the actor? God damn it. He was in the Predators movie. Shit, forgot his name.
Chapelwaite?
Is that it? Chapelwaite? That sounds right.
Yeah, it's Chapelwaite follows Captain Charles Boone, who relocates his family of 3 children to his ancestral home in the small, seemingly sleepy town of Preachers, something or other.
Yes.
Yeah, his wife dies at sea. Okay.
What's the actor's name?
Adrian Brody?
That's it. Adrian Brody's in it.
Yeah.
It must have been awesome. You don't know what the fuck it's called. You don't know who's in it.
I knew what it was called.
It's fucking great.
I knew it was called, but you know how I can't pronounce shit very well.
Right. Yeah.
It's Chahos, man. It's just fucking Chahos everywhere. Anyway, yeah, but I just couldn't remember the guy's name, Adrian Brody. That's really all the news I have.
I watched. Have we all watched What If at this point? All 3.
Yes. Oh right, yeah. Yes. All 3 I saw. Yep.
Let's rank the episodes. I go 2, 3, then 1. Was my order. The Black Panther as Star-Lord. That fucking episode was far and away my favorite out of all of them. It's kind of sad because that's the last thing you're ever gonna hear Chadwick Boseman do.
Because actually he's supposed to show up in a couple other episodes.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yes, I heard.
All right. Well, I misspoke then, but a couple episodes in this series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it still doesn't really change my feeling towards it. Like it was still kind of,
I get you.
Kind of a fucking bummer. But yeah, man, that episode was awesome, and like the way that they depicted Thanos in that episode was pretty good. It was like, but it wasn't weird. You would think, oh, that's, if I told you, yeah, he's kind of like a good guy in this episode and like explain the circumstances, you'd be like, yeah, whatever, it's going to be weird, but it wasn't weird. It actually fit. Like it was wild, like hearing him or seeing him with the dog at the end. And they were like goofing around about it. Like, yeah, I think it's pretty much genocide.
Yeah, it sounds like genocide.
Yeah.
No, because it's random.
He was awesome. And I love the dude. And I don't know his name either, but at the opening of the Guardians of the Galaxy, like when Star-Lord goes in to get that
the guy that says who?
Yeah. Like him, man, he was hysterical.
Yeah. They actually, he's been in like what 2 or 3 Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And
Captain Marvel, right?
In one half-hour animated episode, he got more personality than he did in 2 big budget films.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. The only thing that felt weird about it was it's like, well, nothing ever happened to Wakanda. They just took T'Challa into space and they told him Wakanda was destroyed, but it wasn't. And all along his parents were looking for him. And like the whole reunion thing in the end, as cool as it was like, I don't know, man. Like if somebody stole me for 20 years, well, my dad would probably thank him, but I'm just kidding. But like if my parents would be a little more, they would be pissed off. Yondu's not like having dinner with us. Yeah. At that point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you're certainly not bringing in a giant freaking former genocidal maniac.
Right. Yeah.
Am I the only one that kind of got a boner over Nebula?
Oh, Nebula looked cool with the blonde hair and shit and
and the way she called him Cha-Cha.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah, I mean she was still a cartoon, but she looked good. She looked good with hair. That girl that played Nebula in the MCU is a really good looking girl, man.
Amy Pond.
Yeah. Like sometimes you don't know how good, like, her and like Gamora, like even though it was just face paint, but it's like, wow, they're good looking. They're really good looking.
I think that the T'Challa episode had the most returning actors Because the only one that wasn't voiced by their original actor was Drax, and he was only in it for like 30 seconds.
Dude, that scene with him trying to get the picture, that shit was hysterical, man. It was so he sounded good. Whoever did it sounded and did.
Oh
did
yeah,
a
the
pretty
people
good job
that
of it.
got to replace the actors, they all sound pretty decent. Like the actress that they got to voice Black Widow, I think she did pretty good. There were some parts where she didn't sound right, but for the most part, she actually had that unique quality that Scarlett Johansson's voice has. So
that was Lake Bell.
Is it Lake Bell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's
Really?
did Poison Ivy and the
Harley Quinn,
right? Yeah.
Episode 3 was cool. It wasn't anywhere near as cool as episode 2 was, but it was still really I like a whodunit, you know.
Yeah. To me, episode 3 was the weakest so far.
You like the first one better than the third one?
Yeah. To me, I rank from best to worst 2, 1, and then 3.
Yeah.
So.
The first one. The animators nailed Chris Evans as like a little skinny dork too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if you really knew what that was. I wonder if they looked at like pictures of him when he was like young to animate that. Because it's like, well, it doesn't look like Chris Evans, but it looks like him. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I think the reason I didn't like episode 3 as much is I figured out the plot twist kind of early on.
You knew it was
Ant-Man,
it was Hank?
I called it as Ant-Man when the Hulk exploded.
Huh.
I thought he went up his ass. That's how he got in.
But you knew it was Ant-Man, but I didn't figure it out until she was kicking Natasha's ass, because at first I thought it was like I'm thinking like, who's invisible, you know, and then I'm like, oh no, wait a second, man, I forgot about Ant-Man and Wasp being there.
And as soon as she said it's all about Hope, I'm like, oh, Hope Van Dyne.
Yeah, well, yeah. But the thing is, like, okay, so you say you knew it was Ant-Man.
I should say I had really strong suspicions that it was Ant-Man.
But even if you didn't, did you know why?
No, I didn't know why. I just figured it was because he was mad at S.H.I.E.L.D. because of his wife.
Yeah.
But it turns out that his daughter apparently his daughter's death was the point of divergence and not the death of Tony Stark. So everything like actually changed like way back before the story even opened up.
Yeah, that tripped me out, man, with Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, where the fuck is this going? Overall, so the animation, it was weird. There was some shit about it I really liked. Like all the way they did the camera angles and the motion and all that shit was awesome. I thought it all looked really good, except that what do you guys call that shit when the computer animated face looks, there's something off-putting about it. There's something valley effect.
Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah,
Valley
like
Ranch.
The Hidden Valley Ranch effect. I got that. I got that feeling a little bit on like some of the when they did some of the close-ups and stuff. I felt like it wasn't, the close-ups wasn't the strong suit of the animation, but as far as like the action went, man, I thought it was pretty dope. I thought they did a pretty good job of it. It was like it was pretty violent.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually pretty violent for
like that.
Marvel stuff.
Yeah. I like that one take that they did when Peggy Carter was running through the German planes and shit, and
yeah,
that was a really cool action scene. I like that.
Levy, let me ask you something and fucking be honest with me. You're always honest with me. When Peggy Carter came out of the after getting the super soldier serum, and she was like a little bigger, and she was like a foot taller.
Yeah.
Were you kind of turned on at all?
Fuck yeah, it was. I jerked off.
Yeah. He's imagining being with this like 6'3" girl and she's like throwing him around and shit.
Yeah. I'd let her do whatever she wanted to me.
And
I'd let her do whatever she wanted.
Steve Rogers, little skinny Steve Rogers, would have to be in the corner watching.
Yeah, I mean, if she wanted to strap on a dildo and like and get into some pegging action, yeah, I'm all for it.
Oh.
Sometimes I wonder, like, because I don't know what the percentage is, but sometimes I think that Levy sometimes says shocking shit because he's most of the time not into what he's actually saying. But I think I thinking if you go over like the history of this show, we would have found like 1 or 2 examples where he was doing that and being ridiculous, but he actually meant what he was saying. You know what I mean?
The
world will never know.
And the world will never know.
The fun mystery is figuring out which is which.
Which is which, besides him shitting his pants.
Is it the sex robots? Is it the wanting to be a woman? Is it, wanting to get pegged by Super Soldier Peggy Carter?
Like wanting to get pegged by Super Soldier Peggy Carter is actually high on my list of things that I think Levy might actually be on the download telling the truth about right to our faces.
I'll tell you, it's high on my list.
Like Levy meets chicks and checks the hands out, and if their fingernails are too long, is like you gotta clip those because
Did you guys see that meme? Did you guys see that meme where the one where the guy's walking with the girl and he's turning watching the other girl walk by, and he's walking with the big chick from fucking Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And Peggy Carter's walking by on the other side.
No, I'm still more in the Lady D, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, yeah. Imagine a sex sandwich with those two, though. Yeah.
Imagine the one gets here and she's 6'3", and then you're like, well, I hope the other one's smaller, and then it's like 8'7" fucking.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to turn me into a pair of finger cuffs, I'm game.
Yeah, you know what, Levy? I'm probably agreeing with you. I'm not even lying on the down low. I'll just come out and say it.
I can only wait for the She-Hulk review.
Yeah, right. Like, dude, like I'm like I'm like 6'1", man. Imagine like two girls that are like bigger than you.
Yeah, but it's got to be the new She-Hulk, the ones like big and fucking jacked and shit, like regular.
Yeah, right. Listen, as long as everybody still got vaginas, I don't care.
Fuck yeah. Hulk smash.
Oh man. Hello, ladies. Do you need a little bit of curry on that sandwich? Can we move on now?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wait. I feel like there's other shit that I watched. What else did I watch? Oh, I finished Kingdom. Oh. And I enjoyed this season as much as I'm gonna enjoy these subpar Transformer cartoons that we're getting right now.
Right.
It ain't gonna be all that great, and I got that in my head, like just going into it. Not that it specifically isn't gonna be that great, but like the whole animation in general is like it's whatever, I don't hate it, I don't love it, like I'll never watch it again. So I just went into it with that attitude, and I enjoyed the last season.
What was that other series you were like halfway through? You're waiting.
He-Man, which I haven't finished He-Man yet. But finishing Kingdom and being completely caught up on What If is pretty good.
Christopher McKnight was asking what we thought of He-Man. I had responded to his comment and said that I hadn't watched it. I wasn't sure. I didn't think you had watched it either. But
who, me?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I had forgotten that you'd actually started it.
Yeah. I did get a little bit further into it, but I'm just not done. I'm just not done yet. So
you're probably busy watching Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
Who, me? Yeah. Nah. I would admit to that. I would dig in. That's like we make fun of you and Brother Kyle, but I admire that you guys just dig in. I watch fucking Vampire Diaries.
Listen to Justin Timberlake. Yeah.
Well, come on now. Let's not get crazy.
I like Justin Timberlake.
Chun-Li in Street Fighter.
Yeah. Like
he's a good
Captain.
character.
Yeah. Jed, I'm surprised you never ran into one of them kind of people.
Mm-mm. No.
And I'll say it because this was in the chat.
What's this conversation there? I read a little snippet in the chat about guys who pick girl characters in fighting games or some shit.
Yeah. But I hope you saw my disclaimer. I did not mean that you pick them, because I even said to Jet, I'll wipe the floor with you with Katana, you know, or Melina or Sonya for that matter. Like, I'll pick them, but like, you know, I've come across people over the years that like the girl was their go-to, which I find a little strange. And I'm not being a fucking whatever, a chauvinist, like you're a dude and your best character should be a dude, but like kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it's a little weird. Like Shipper, we would play Mario Kart with Shipper and his go-to was Peach. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's a little weird.
So this conversation reminds me of a recent episode of that I watched, a Black Mirror. Jed, I don't know if you know the one I'm talking about, the one with Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, I watched them all.
Where they're playing the video game, like the virtual reality video game.
Yep.
Yeah. So then they're it's like a fighting game, and they're these like two friends.
Yeah.
He always fights as the guy, and his friend fights as the girl.
Yeah.
VR thing, and they end up banging in the inside the video game.
It's not gay if it's VR.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of gay. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of gay.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Like,
man.
getting pegged by your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting pegged by your girlfriend. That's totally hetero because
Yeah.
it's not a dude involved.
He's right.
You're fucking your friend in a video game, no matter what skin he's wearing. You're fucking your friend.
Yeah.
Well, no, Levy,
Who's
it's
a
still
dude?
it being a girl. Yeah, it makes it different. You're right, but it still also kind of sort of depends on the size of the thing being used. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if a girl's fucking shoving a fucking, you know, like a ring baloney up your ass or some shit, it's like, I don't know, man. You might actually be a little like, you know, a little gay. It's weird because this isn't the most uncomfortable conversation we've ever had on this show.
You guys just lost another demographic.
Yeah, probably.
Oh man.
Other podcasts have like guests and have like really good editing and shit like that, and like increase the viewers and listeners. We're the opposite.
Not us.
We have guests. We have a guest right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You edit, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying.
He ain't gonna edit all this shit out. Listen, this ain't even. Listen, there's funny stuff and there's hateful stuff. We don't ever do hateful stuff. We just do funny stuff.
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying, like, he puts the effort into actually editing a program. You know.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not saying to cut this out. I'm saying, like, he takes the time. So we got 2 out of 3. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The recordings don't buzz anymore like they did in like episodes 1 through 7.
That was the mixer. That's that old ass mixer from the 90s that you had.
It was a concert used at a fucking green jelly show at Croc Rocks. If it's good enough for Little Pigs, it's good enough for fucking Blackout and Shout.
I was just thinking about that song the other day too.
Yeah,
I was like, man,
what the hell made you think of that song, man?
It was something with my kids and like the nursery rhymes or something like that.
Yeah,
and it was it was like something. I was watching the Star Trek Lower Decks, and they were talking about Klingon fucking death metal, and I was like, I was like, and they was like, oh, I'm like fucking nursery rhyme, fucking. I'm like, oh, I remember that fucking Three Little Pigs, fucking song from Green Jelly. Did they ever have anything else besides that?
The only other thing I remember from Green Jelly is I'm not sure if I'm remembering it right, but I think that they did like the soundtrack to Maximum Carnage, the video game.
Yes, on Super Nintendo.
It was only on the Super Nintendo one,
really,
which sucked because I love that game. But
wait, did they had one album? They had one album and then they had the soundtrack.
That's just the only thing I can remember them from.
Yeah, I don't. All I know, I don't know if they have anything else, but all I know is that like if I played in a band like that or whatever, I would go on tour and then not play that song. Like, and it would only be one tour, because I know it would be over after that. So I would make sure that the people didn't get what they were looking for.
Or just keep playing that song for the whole fucking 3 hours.
There was, I remember going to see, it was one of those like, where they had like 3 or 4 bands at Crocs or whatever. And I remember like the headliner. So this will tell you what the show was like, but the headliner was Quiet Riot. Right?
Oh,
yeah. And you know what?
Good concert.
they could, yeah, them dudes could play, but like, you know, us thinking Quiet Riot is cool for other reasons than like the average person likes Quiet Riot, because it's like, oh, I like Quiet Riot, and it's like, well, what do you like? Oh, well, Come Off Illinois, bang your head song, and then basically those two songs, you know. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. But there was two like girls that were standing behind me and whoever the fuck else was at that show, and you know, everybody looked like kind of like metal people. I'm not saying that you need to look like a metal person to be at a metal show, but like everybody kind of looked like they belonged there. And these two girls were standing behind us, and they looked like they just came from like Lehigh University, and they saw it, and it was like, ooh, Quiet Riot did Come Off Illinois and the Bang Your Head song. We should go see them. And they stood there still the whole show, like, and they're playing all that other shit. And then they came out and they played those two songs for the encore, and these two bitches went nuts for like 10 minutes. And it's like, damn, they got their money's worth, man. I hope the tickets were like they won them from ZZO or something and didn't actually, they paid to stand there.
I saw them in Warrant in New Jersey at some fucking beach club.
Yeah.
And
fucking, was it it wasn't the Birch Hill, was it?
Yeah, I think it was actually.
Yeah.
Is the one with the little mini swimming pools are all around the whole place on the outside?
No, I can't remember what the fuck they had on the outside of it. I don't remember.
But Genie fucking Lane sucked. He couldn't even fucking hit the high notes anymore.
Yeah, he really ruined it. And it was a shame because he was a really good singer, man. He really was.
He was overweight. He was like throwing the mic out to the crowd for them to sing the high parts.
Bumming cigarettes off the fucking people in the crowd and shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I did it at the end.
Grabbing somebody's drink. Yeah.
It was sad, man. It was sad.
How long ago was this trip?
Ooh, 90s, late 90s. Really? Yeah.
I won't tell this. Oh, go ahead, Jed.
I was gonna say then Quiet Riot came on last, and they fucking just destroyed fucking Warrant. I forget who the fuck was on before then. There was another band, but I think we got there later and we missed them.
I've seen a lot of bands that like you'd probably like the average, you know, meathead metalhead would probably make fun of me for seeing, but like there were some good bands, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't fucking around, dude. I saw Winger in like the early 2000s, and you know what? They could play. Them dudes could fucking, whether you like their songs or not. Like those were some talented fucking musicians, man. I think Red Beach was playing guitar for him at the time.
Who's the most drunk band that you saw play?
The most drunk band?
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Mine was Tesla.
Tesla was high on my list. Yeah, I was gonna say Jeff Keith. Like the whole band was kind of
falling over the fucking amps and everything.
Yeah. I think the only guy that might have had it together when we saw him was Brian Wheat, you know, and that's like a bass player thing. He was just, and he could have been fucked up, but like the bass player is just chill, so you don't know if they're fucked up or not. Did you? And I won't tell this if you tell me that I already told you this shit. But did I ever tell you about Janie Lane and Jerry?
Janie Lane and Jerry? No, I remember
at Crocodile Rock.
You told us about Fred Curry and Jerry.
Yeah, we said about Fred Curry, but not Janie Lane.
Okay, well this one's not quite as good as the Fred Curry story, but it actually involves Janie Lane, and it was actually Janie Lane. Oh. And hopefully this isn't a you had to be the thing, but like for anybody that doesn't remember past Jerry stories, Jerry, I love the shit out of Jerry, but Jerry was the worst singer you ever fucking heard in your life. Like first week of American Idol bad, like, you know. And
I saw that Skid Row. I got that Skid Row video. I gotta fucking put up.
Yeah, that's. You know what, Jed? I don't even know if you need to finish it. I think like
I did finish it.
No, you finished the whole song.
Yeah. I shared that like a year ago or more after I finished it.
I thought I only saw that 45-second clip that you had put together.
No, I did the whole thing, man. I did the whole thing. So I'll put it back up again.
Yeah, so Jerry was terrible. So anyway, we're there and Warren's playing, and as a matter of fact, I think Dokken was playing after them. But like we were there to see Warrant, you know, and before anybody could fucking, you know, throw barbs at us and shit, that Warrant did a lot cooler shit than fucking Cherry Pie and Heaven. You know what I mean? Like Doggy Dog and all that shit was good. You heard Doggy Dog, right, Jen?
Wasn't Mike? Wasn't that the show that it was Quiet Riot and it was like four of them, like Bon Jovi, all four of them were playing.
You're talking about that outdoor show?
Yeah.
That was the rock. That was that Poison did that show every year.
Oh, Poison, not Bon Jovi.
Like Cinderella was there. And Cinderella was badass too. Anyways, we're getting completely fucking off topic, and I don't want to go too far.
Sorry.
But no. It's fine. So Dockin went on second. We didn't give a fuck about Dockin, so we were like kind of just hanging out. And Jerry spots Janie Lane at the bar, right? And he goes back and just starts fucking talking. Jerry didn't give a fuck. He was all tuned up and shit. So he goes and I see him chatting with Janie Lane, and then he looks in my direction and he motions me over, like, let's go, we're going. And so as I walk towards them, Janie Lane gets up, and like, so the three of us are just heading back towards, when you walk out the front door of Croc Rocks onto Hamilton Street, or you can go down the stairs. We went down the stairs. And so basically, Jerry told me, he went up to Janie and he told him, and I'm not going to get into what drugs he told him he had, but he told Janie Lane that he had some drugs for him, like, and he just wanted to hang out and party backstage or whatever. And he didn't think Janie Lane would go for it, and he did. So the whole time we're walking, Jerry is singing lyrics from Dog Eat Dog songs, like right into fucking Janie Lane's ear as we're like, cause he was so fucking excited, and he's basically trying to show Janie, like, yeah, man, I listen to your albums that nobody else listens to, as opposed to him just screaming Cherry Pie into his ear. So he's giving him all these like B-sides right into his ear, and as horribly as you can imagine Jerry singing it, to the point where Janie finally looked over at him and he goes, dude, just stop. Stop. I'm like, oh, dude, Jerry just got shut down by Janie Lane. Like, he wanted the drugs, but he didn't want them that bad. He was thinking about calling it quits. You know what? I changed my mind. Somebody else in here has drugs.
No drugs are worth this. Yeah, no drugs are worth this.
I'm Janie Lane. I can get my own drugs.
Yeah. What the, like, look how far I've stooped.
I'll just close my eyes and pretend it's a hot chick with drugs.
Yeah. But yeah, Jerry. So Jerry stopped singing in his ear, and we went down into the green room, so to speak.
Oh shit.
And just hung out with Janie Lane for a little bit, and the whole time Janie was just trying to avoid. He was being friendly, but he was just trying to avoid getting Jerry going, because Jerry was all, Yeah.
So did Jerry have the drugs for him?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. And they both looked over at me, and I'm like, nah, I'm here for the entertainment. Oh man. I couldn't imagine like one of my favorite singers telling me to shut the fuck up. Stop singing. Can you imagine?
Dude, just stop.
Just stop. That's exactly how he said it. He was so like, how like and Jed, you have a website and you sell shit now. So you don't want to get too fucking antsy with people online. Like argue with people or whatever. Like when you're trying to be respectable because you want the sales. Well, Janie Lane wanted them drugs. So you either think he would have been really, that's how fucking annoyed he was at Jerry, that as bad as he wanted them drugs, he just could not help fucking tell him to shut the fuck up. Oh shit. Good times. I'm going to write a book one day. I'm going to have to change all the names to protect the innocent though. Including my own, because I did a lot of dumb shit too. All right, boys, are we doing weird news?
Yeah, we got weird news.
Let's do some weird news, Levy. It's been 2 episodes.
Yeah. All right. So some of these a couple of these stories are going to be a little old because they're from like a number of weeks ago, but because I wasn't here last episode, I didn't get to read them, and they're pretty good. So the first one here, let's see here. This comes from The Independent, and it's the headline says, "Sign language interpreter goes viral for impressive performance of WAP."
Who went viral?
A sign language interpreter goes viral for impressive performance of wet ass pussy.
I guess that's kind of funny.
It's fucking hilarious when you actually watch her.
Yeah. It's in my head. It sounds funny.
I'm gonna post a link to the article and the videos in the article so you guys can check it out.
I like how she did like the choke with like the big dick motion.
Yeah.
And it was a big one from how she was doing it.
Mhm.
So, I feel like it would be awkward to just have somebody you wouldn't be able to hear the music and just if you read sign language and just saw somebody doing that.
Yeah, right.
It's going obviously in the middle of the song.
All right, so my next story, I had never heard of this before, but I actually told you about it, Mike, and you had heard about it. But apparently, this August 17th, I think, was, or no, sorry, was no, not 17th. It was 17 years. It was earlier in August. 17-year anniversary of when Dave Matthews Band dumped 800 pounds of shit on an unsuspecting tour boat in Chicago. Did you ever hear about that, Jed?
I never did. No.
Yeah. So apparently, this there in Chicago, I guess on this one river, there's a tour boat that would take passengers and tourists and stuff and show them the sights along the river or whatever. And they were coming up to this bridge, and as they went under it, all of a sudden they were pelted by this liquid, and they all thought it was water.
Liquid-ish.
They all thought it was water until the smell hit. And then all of a sudden people started vomiting and just going crazy. And they looked up and they happened to see two buses up there, and people like they had dumped whatever this was. They didn't realize it until they realized they had just been doused in shit. And so apparently it came out later that it was Dave Matthews Band, and they dumped like 800 pounds of shit on these people.
Everybody's in awe.
That's a bad day.
Where does 800 pounds of shit come from anyway?
Their tour bus.
800 pounds?
It was two tour buses.
That's a lot of shit.
I mean, he's got like 9 guys in his band.
It's all the violinist's fault.
Yeah, it's the horns, the horn section.
Yeah. So what's really funny though is this year on the literally on the 17th anniversary of this, he was spotted at a restaurant on that same river near that bridge, having dinner with his family. So that prompted some news stories. I guess he had been there the previous night performing somewhere in Chicago, and so the next day he took his family out to eat, and it just happened to be on the same river that he ruined a bunch of people's day 17 years prior. So
Levy is telling us that this is news, like it's the only time Dave Matthews ever dumped shit on his fan base. I'll give you the exact dates of all the other time that happened. Just give me a second and let me Google his discography.
I went to it.
All right, so this last one here, I actually just read about this today, and apparently a polar bear attacks a 32-year-old woman who jumped into a polar bear enclosure at a Berlin zoo.
Well, duh.
Wait,
Yeah.
She jumped into the enclosure?
Yeah, so a 32-year-old woman who jumped into a polar bear enclosure during feeding time at a Berlin zoo on Friday was mauled by one of the polar bears. She was bitten several times before being rescued. A woman jumped into the polar bear enclosure and was mauled by a bear. The woman leapt over bars at the Berlin Zoo, Germany, during the bear's feeding time. Despite the efforts of 6 zookeepers to distract the 4 predators, the woman was bitten several times on her arms and legs by one of the bears. The zookeepers eventually managed to push the bear away and pull the woman to safety. The woman is now recovering in the hospital after undergoing surgery on her wounds. I mean, at some point, you got to be like, well, you made your bed, you can lay in it. I mean, they said they had to push the bear away. I mean, are you going to push a bear?
Polar bear.
Yeah, are you going to push a polar bear?
No.
Polar bears are fucking nastier than the regular bears,
Yeah,
man.
go push a polar bear. See what happens.
It all depended on who the victim was, Levy. If it was somebody If it was like, somebody I was close with, I think instinct would take over at that point.
I don't know. I mean, if it was somebody I was close with, I might be like,
they should have knew better.
Yeah, they should know better. I mean, they're related to me. They should know better.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you do that, I think you'll be left to your own devices.
Levy, if I ever eat a brownie and forget my wits and shit, and somehow fall into some animal pit of an animal that is way more dangerous than me, I would hope that you wouldn't leave me behind.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, without question.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? Would you save your friend from a polar bear? Would you jump in a polar bear enclosure?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No, he should have knew better.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was almost a Darwin Award winner. So
Levy would be thinking at that point, he doesn't have any kids, and he's got this G1 collection, and
I wonder if he left me anything.
I would tell the what's the moderator? What's the guy's name? The lawyer that handles the will? Not the moderator, the
executor.
What's the word I'm looking for? The executor.
Yeah.
I leave a clause in my will saying that, if something happens to me, Levy gets my entire G1 collection upon these circumstances, and then it's just one bullet point, and it's if he's hung my artwork.
If you let me twist in the wind, if I were to jump into a polar bear enclosure, he gets nothing.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't even be that. It would just be if you hung the artwork, and the answer would be no.
All right, so yeah, that's it for my weird news.
I guess that makes it toy news. We do have toy news.
Yeah, almost like we got a formula here. Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
So we got some what's looking like almost final product shots of this. Oh no, wait a second. Let me put the link in the Discord. So we got some what look like some final product shots for this Deformation Space Starscream. Did you get this thing? Looks so awesome, man. This thing, really good. If this thing is built good, if this thing is built decent, it's going to be the best Starscream, hands down. I think out of all of them.
What's the suspicion on who these guys are?
Transform Elephant.
Transform Elephant. Okay.
At the Transform Element Prime.
That is MP44 next to him. There's only one minor issue, and it's completely fucking nitpicky. I feel like he's too big, man. Just a hair. I think there were pictures with him and MP52 in this link somewhere, were there not? Or I could be wrong. I know I saw pictures of the MP52 in his Deformation Space Starscream, and I feel like this dude was bigger by a whole head.
Yeah. Well, he is. Yeah, he is significantly bigger than the masterpiece. He's isn't he supposed to be the same height, or isn't he the same height as Optimus Prime or the MP45?
Starscream? You mean going by the character model?
No, this figure.
Oh, this figure. He is. No, he's a head shorter
than the MP45.
Than the MP40. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The only reason I think they're a little big is I don't know. I like the height range that the Seekers were in before. They filled a spot, because you had the leader class guys, and then you had the guys that were slightly smaller than them, Shockwave and Soundwave in them, and then the Seekers, and then the Carbots. With the Seekers getting bigger and everybody kind of being almost that leader class, it kind of makes the Carbots look tiny.
Yeah.
A little when they're together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's as crazy nitpicky as fuck as anybody could get, but outside of that, this thing looks awesome.
But that'll just give Hasbro the excuse, or Takara the excuse to make Carbots 2.0.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Would you think the Sunstreaker is a 2.0 Carbot, right?
He's more modern. He's more modern, but he's still the same height as the rest of them.
scale.
Yeah, they would have to completely start over. Like that Toy World Jazz that I got, he's like a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch taller, and it's like, I don't know, I feel like that's a better height for him. They just really wanted to stick with the like real world alt modes being the right size.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Which is an odd thing to base your scale on, I think.
It really is, man. It really is. They should have went robot, and then whatever happened in vehicle mode or alt mode and whatever happens.
You know, I know I said that I was done buying Seekers.
This right? You're in, Levy.
I don't know if I'm in yet, but
are in.
I would not be adverse to possibly buying this.
I'll let you check mine out when I get it. If you're on the fence, because I'm getting it.
I think it might be too late because the thing will probably be sold out by then.
Well, all I know is that the I'm telling you, man, when you look at MP52, you got the dad bod and the stick legs, and this thing pulls off what MP52 is trying to pull off. That's my opinion. And I don't even think it's like, I know we said it was kind of an amalgamation of Make Toys and the MP52, and I could still see that, but like MP52 did them real big ass like anime legs, and 52 did I say 52? I meant Make Toys. Make Toys did the big like anime like proportion legs, and then 52 had the stick legs, and I think this thing nails it. Like I think this thing gets I don't know, it's just, you know how Fans Toys always pulls off that perfect like proportion and like silhouette. Like this thing is as good.
Yeah.
Plus, when it's in jet mode, the underside cleans up really good. Doesn't look like some fucking robot.
Dude, the underside of that 52, I know it sounds like I'm shitting on 52. Like I thought it was all right with what I saw, but you're right, dude. It did. It just looked like a midget robot strapped to the bottom of a jet, man.
Well, I mean, to be fair, though, that is the way a lot of Transformer jets are. They just look like robots strapped to the underside of a jet.
Yeah, I could see where they did it with Silverbolt, because it's tough to do a Concorde.
The worst offender. In both modes, he looks like he's just a robot with a plane attached. In fact, I think there was one figure where, like they said, you could unscrew some stuff and the plane just comes right off, and the robot is still the complete robot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing is, Lev, Takara pulled off the jet mode on like MP3, and that was in like 05 or whatever, 06, whenever the hell.
Oh yeah, no, that was actually, I think that MP03 is the cleanest.
Yeah, I agree.
Jet that Takara's ever done.
Yeah, because, I agree with you.
It's a slightly different model of F-15 though than the MP11 because the sides had some added features. It was like, I think it was supposed to be like some sort of like, it's hard to explain, but
sounds like it.
Yeah, but the parts were actually, I think in the actual model F-15 that it was, they were supplemental fuel tanks, and they were very narrow things, but like it was basically just extra side panel.
There was let's see if I can remember right. I think there was 3 versions of the F-15. There was like the standard one, but then there was like a training version that had like more fuel, and then there was the one that was like the super like armed version, and they had different designations for it. I think it was ST or something. I'd have to look it up again.
Actually, that's it right here. This is the image right here of the exact model. Post it here. Okay. On that, you see the things that are coming off of the intakes there, that how the body kind of.
Yeah.
The MP03 had that. The MP11 did not.
Yeah, that part turned into the little part that folded up behind like his pauldrons or whatever it is things are on his shoulders. And
with that and everything else, everything just became it was only aerodynamically correct, because if you look at the underside of an F-15 and everything, and then on the underside of the MP03, everything just like flowed, and it was actually really clean.
Well, all I was saying was that if they could pull that off, even though they use that different jet mode, like if they pull that off, 15 years ago or however long ago it was, I feel like, they could figure it out. And even this one, like even this the deformation space one, like it's nice on the bottom, but it's still it's nowhere near as cool as that MP3 is.
The F-15E is the advanced, which is the one that had all the stuff on it. And you're showing, I think, Levy, the F-15C, Because there's a picture of it on the wiki. Let me copy that. Paste it into the Discord.
This picture, the picture actually says it's F-15E, but it might be wrong.
The only reason I'm even cool about bitching about the underside of an alt mode is that, like with cars, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. But with a jet, if you actually are one of them freaks that has your shit in alt mode, and you got it on a flate stand, like you're seeing the bottom of it because it's always the flate stand is always set up in a way that the jet's taking off.
Yeah.
Alt mode freak.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it looks really impressive, and
you're in.
No, I'm not in. I'm not in. Don't be thinking that I'm saying that I'm in on this, but I am tempted.
I'm going to tell you why you're in, Levy. Because I'm just basing this on past Levy behavior. You've completely denied ever buying Make Toys Seekers kind of the same way that you deny ever taking a shit in your pants as an adult, like vehemently. and then you fold it like a cheap suit at the TF Con. Yeah. So this one you're open to the possibility already.
Yeah.
So you're not even trying to fight it off. So this is as good as bought.
Did they give a price on this yet?
It's $200.
200?
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, but you'll be in the second you see it on sale for $175 or some shit.
I'm out.
Or until you're here. I'm gonna let you check mine out. Here, Levy.
Yeah, I'm fucking out. I am done paying $200 for
save this clip. What timestamp are we at? Save this clip for me.
Though I will say I was tempted to buy a Transform Element Optimus Prime today from TF Source, and that was $200.
Yeah.
What?
So,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I really liked it. I never bought it, but I really, really like the Transform Element mold for Optimus Prime.
This thing has a waist swivel, ab crunch, butterfly joints. Like it could get into a believable kneel. Yeah. I think the knees and the elbows are all way past 90 degrees. Like this thing is.
I think what it is for me is those intakes on the side of the heads there, where they go straight up. You know,
as opposed to having a little curve
as opposed to having them like angled backwards, like they are in the Make Toys, where they're not movable. You know.
Wait, angled backwards.
Yeah, no, the jet intakes, those tall things alongside. You can't miss them. They're right there. It's just like
so listen, Levy.
Feature.
Levy, here's where I think you're wrong. Here's where I think you're wrong.
What?
Look at this. I'm sending you. Wait, I could probably just copy this picture. I'm looking at this one picture, and the one of them, like it looks partially mistransformed, and it looks like it actually moves. So
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm that's one of the reasons why I'm tempted to get this is because it is accurate. It's accurate to the show, whereas the Make Toys doesn't move, and it's more accurate to the original G1 toy.
Yeah.
So that's probably the biggest thing that's selling it for me. And I know it's a really tiny thing, but for me, I don't know. I like that the MP11s had them that they could move forward like that, and I'm like, that's my only complaint about the Make Toys ones. Because is that they don't move, and that's just kind of a big thing for me, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's such a glaring thing for me.
That's funny because I just keep mine back.
Yeah.
You also have your fucking insignias upside down too, so.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing too, where because I can get this and I can put the stickers right side up.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What sense does it make when he's in robot mode? His faction symbols are upside down.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You know what they are.
But they're meant to display his faction. Why would they be upside down in his bot mode, where in his true form?
I'm not rehashing an old argument we had that I've already won.
He's already won.
So when he's in alt mode and he is a robot in disguise, the fucking markings on his fucking wings aren't upside down.
No, but I think that's not the way I look at it. If you're flying, if you're Starscream and you're flying at me and I'm looking at you and I'm looking at your insignias, they're still facing the right way, like as you're coming at me.
Yeah.
No,
but either way, in jet mode, they work. In jet mode, they work either way. Okay.
Insignias on a plane should be so that you're above, coming from behind, not forward at you.
No, I disagree with that because if you're like, imagine you're watching a car drive away on a street away. it would have the insignia pointed away from you because it's facing the insignia is facing the front of the vehicle. Like I wouldn't put, like the Stunticons. If anybody's got a Decepticon symbol on their roof, like I would never put the symbol with the mouth facing down towards the back of the car. Like the mouth would be facing towards the hood.
Well, let me ask you a question. If you had on the hood of the car, if you had like a one big giant Autobot or Decepticon insignia, would it be so that when you're looking straight at the car that you could see it right, or would you have it so that you're looking at the back of the car you could see it right on the hood?
No, if you're looking at the front, if the car is coming at me,
you would have it that way.
I would have it that way, like almost as if like if it transformed like Sideswipe, where the hood became the chest, the insignia would be facing the right way. Maybe like the mouth.
Mike can answer that question really easy because he's already done that.
Sorry, I didn't mean the hood. I meant the roof of the car, not the hood.
On the roof of the car, it's still facing the same way as it would if it was on the hood.
See, I don't think that's right. I think that should be the other way around.
That's because you're ass backwards.
I think you're looking at it that way. If you're putting the insignia on it that way, you want it to look good as you're driving away, which means that you're always in like retreat. Like I'll look cool when I'm retreating. I want to look cool as I'm coming in to the party.
How about I look cool passing by you?
Yeah, but then it would just be side. If you were passing me, you'd have to have them both on sideways. Like they would both. Imagine you put. Let's start that hashtag, dude. Let's get Starscream logos and face them both right.
One up, one down.
Yeah, the only way he looks right is if he's in a fucking barrel roll. You know what I mean?
By the way, speaking on a side note, if you scroll up, you can show Brother Kyle his guitar.
Oh yeah, there it is. Look at it. It was concert used, Brother Kyle. It was concert used.
That makes it worth more.
Look at the face I'm looking. I mean it. Look at the face I'm looking, or with the face I'm making. Look at it. I meant all kinds of business.
Mike, do you have a picture of this thing in jet mode?
In jet mode, I could probably
from the bottom. I want to see how clean it is on the bottom
of the 44 extra images that are probably there in the post.
No, they're all in mode.
No, I thought in post. Oh wait,
there are ones out there, dude.
Didn't realize there were multiples.
Here
it looks like I mean the back is super clean.
What the fuck ain't it let me go to the next picture for?
Aside from the wing hinges and shit, the back is super clean. I like that. See that, dude? That fucking, I don't know why, but that's like fucking selling for me even more. Fuck, man. I did not want to spend $600 more on fucking sneakers.
Levy, I am going to wait for the reviews. Then I shall make my choice.
The only thing I don't like is that it's hinging like the rudder and the rear stabilizers. Whereas I like how the MP or the Masterpiece version kept those as solid pieces, and I like how it engineered them to fold away into the actual back wings.
I can agree with that point, Levy, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for like those legs looking the way they do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But no, I just think that's a really the Masterpiece. I think that was a win in engineering there.
Yeah,
it was a masterstroke of engineering to keep those things as solid pieces and have them fold away into the actual primary wings in robot mode. I thought that was ingenious.
Do you guys like the straight black on his chest instead of the turbines being in there?
Yeah, I like the straight black.
Honestly, I could, and this flies in the face of it being cartoon accurate, but I like, not only do I like the turbine tits to be there, I also like the intakes on the shins to actually be there and not just to be colored blocks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. That's
so you said you like the turbines there?
I it's not a deal breaker by any stretch, and it's like it's a little bit, it's not quite 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. Like I prefer the actual turbine. I prefer the details over the non-details, but the non-details not being there, it doesn't really bother me a whole hell of a lot.
Do you think Takara is ever going to reissue MP45 at a lower price?
What was MP45?
Isn't that Optimus Prime's number?
Oh no, 44 was
44. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, MP44. Do you think they're going to ever reissue him at a lower price?
Why would they?
I mean, they did it with MP10. MP10's price dropped.
Yeah, I feel like everybody and the mother got an MP10, so they was probably hard to sell anyway at that point. I don't know. Just, yeah.
Do you know I just saw a used MP10 go up on AmiAmi yesterday, and they were listing it for $160.
Wow, once, never in a million years.
It's Japan.
Levy, I put the bottom of the jet in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does look good.
Well, anyways, Brother Kyle, do you have anything to say? You've been kind of quiet.
Like it.
Brother Kyle likes it.
I'm definitely getting
Let's see what's next.
Yeah, the more I see this figure, the more fantastic it looks to me.
Yeah, you're in. You're in, son.
No, I can't be.
But you are.
What's with this weird hip joint? Do you see this? How it, like? Do you see how that close-up shot of the hinge here, or I'm sorry, the waist, and it has the skirts tilted up, and the one waist or the one hip is like going out to the side, and then it's bending downwards sideways, but then the other one is straight.
Wait, I'm
almost like, you remember how like the old G1 combiners used to be, where like the like you would have to make the waist when you would make them into the combined mode. You would take like Onslaught's legs and fold them out to the side, and then hinge them back down so it's wider hip. Yeah, it's doing this. It's kind of doing that with this here, and I don't see the point of it. I don't understand why they had that kind of joint here. That's weird.
And on the link that I sent you.
No, in the Facebook, on the Facebook pictures here that you sent.
I'm scrolling through the pictures.
So just give you. I was wrong. They wanted $138 for it.
Yeah, that's still kind of high.
The original price was $220 back in October of 2012 when AmiAmi sold it.
Wow.
The one where you could see. So I'm looking at the pictures, Levy. Does it almost look like if he was human, like one of his nuts would be hanging out? That picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the perspective is fooling you.
No, it's yeah. There you go. Yeah, this picture.
Oh, that.
See how the hip is?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that looks like. It's probably something for transformation.
Okay. Yeah, that
probably.
Why did I not think of that?
Yeah. That's the only thing I could think of.
I'm a dope.
I don't see that. Oh yeah, there it is.
See, my first thought was like, is this a combined mode?
Combine where all these fucking combiners ruins people into thinking everything's gonna combine. It's either got to be for transformation, or it's got to be like if you're ever trying to put this shit into some weird ass extreme pose that I can't even really think of off the top of my head right now.
Yeah.
But it looks like it would be for transformation. I'd be willing to bet.
Morgan stance.
Yeah, the Captain Morgan stance. Yeah, right. All right, let's move on. The next link I put in the chat. Did I put it in there yet? Is so Hasbro put up the latest Kickstarter or crowdfund project. HasLab. What did I say? HasLab. And it's going to be a chug scaled Victory Saber.
I remember talking about this.
Yeah. I remember a lot of people calling this right from the beginning.
I can barely hear you, Brother Kyle.
Yeah, I was leaning back.
Oh.
I was saying that when Dakota was on with you guys a couple episodes ago, he was talking about this.
I think some of the modes look cool, but I don't know, man. That the little like the core robot, like he looks kind of bad. Yeah, honestly. Like look at his forearms, dude. The whole forearm is just a hollow. I mean, I know who the hell's getting this for that mode. You know, probably nobody. But eesh.
Yeah, I'll pass on this. I have no interest in this.
Yeah, it's just a weird pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll save my $190 for the Rancor.
Is that how much
sure?
It is?
Yeah, it's 190. Yeah, I think, or 179.99 or whatever the hell, something close to that.
Did they announce a price for the Rancor?
Oh, that
no, not yet. I'm sure it's gonna be like 400 or something around there.
Yeah, this does not look great. I mean, we'll have to see what it looks like in color.
Yeah, it looks weak.
I find it strange though that they posted the actual campaign for it, but without color, without finished color test shots. And these are like because they're saying these are digital renders. And
these are digital?
So that's what the disclaimer says on each picture. It says digital render shown, final product may vary. And I'm thinking, it's like, why would you not at least color them?
Yeah.
To show us what the final color or what the colors are going to look like, potentially.
Yeah.
Probably because they didn't get that far, and probably because they wanted to keep the whole thing rolling once Cactus funded.
Yeah, I don't know. I think just showing these grayscale renders does it a huge disservice. Like I can't make out any detail on that Victory Leo face.
Yeah, I agree. I think they should have waited to a more finished, prototype.
He's proportion weird too.
Or like you said, Levy, just color the digital model.
Yeah. I mean, that's all they would have needed to do is just like show some color renders instead of like these grayscales. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think this is a poor showing. I'm not thrilled with this at all. Not that I would have backed it anyway, but
You know how I said I'd always back something even if I didn't like it just to have one for like resale down the line. I don't even know if I'd be scared I'd get stuck with this thing.
Yeah. If it funds, I don't know if it'll fund.
It'll fund. I think it will.
Think so?
Hang on. Let me look at it. It's up already. Let me look it up and see right out of the gate. It's oops. Damn it. What the fuck did I just do? Yeah, right out of the gate. What did it go up today?
Yeah.
Or yesterday? It out of 11,000, the target is 11,000. It's already got 3,500. 3,575. Yeah, it's definitely going to make it.
Interesting.
They included a couple stretch goals. The big cannon, like the big cannon for Victory Leo that he also uses in looks like like an elephant gun or some shit.
Yeah.
That thing and like blast effects is the first unlock at 14,000, and then they have a tier 2 and a tier 3, but they don't at 17,000 and 20,000 respectively, but do not have anything listed for what those are going to be. I mean, yeah, I'll reserve true judgment on this until I see it in color, but most of the time, like it's the other way around. For some reason, like when you see a gray prototype or a gray render, you're like, wow, that looks incredible. And then when you see it finally painted, you're like, it looks okay. So it's not often it's the other way around. So we'll see, man. But I just don't like. I think the Star Saber looks the best out of all of them, and that Victory, somewhere along the lines, they're gonna have to figure out this when two robots combine about how to move the knee joint.
Yeah.
Because it always drives me nuts on these things when it's a 2 robot combiner and one turns into the other one's boots, like this one, and like that Power Master Optimus Prime that gets the God Bomber armor. Like, but then the knees stay in the same place. So then you got these little tiny hips and these humongous fucking from the knee down. It just, I don't know. I wish somebody would figure that out. Yeah, nobody cares about this, right? Let's move on. There is, I don't think anybody cares about this either, but we're a Transformers podcast, so we should probably talk about it. There were some color test shots of the MP Cliff Jumper. Yeah. Just the alt mode. Mm-hmm. I mean, for what it's trying to be, it looks cool. It looks like a penny racer, Cliff Jumper penny racer. Yeah. I'm not going to judge that. It's barely holding together because it's probably, it's a real early prototype and shit, but or a color test shot or whatever, but
right.
I'm not getting fooled again on that mold.
Yeah.
I don't care what tricks they pull out.
So you weren't happy with that Bumblebee, huh?
In the end, no.
Yeah.
In the end, no. It's fine. Like it's fine,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's one of those ones that like, all right, I probably will never touch it again. And the only way that I'll probably end up getting rid of it is if Fans Toys eventually does one, which might happen if they're doing a Cliff Jumper. Anybody care? No?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, not really, because I'm sure that everybody's going to be waiting for the Fans Toys, right?
Yeah.
Over this.
No, I'm keeping my X Transbots. I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Hey, Levy, there's a picture for you in the chat.
I was talking about Bumblebee though.
Oh no, I have the original version 1 MP Bumblebee. I'm keeping that one. Jesus Christ, Jed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams, Levy.
That's, what is with that giant fucking honking nose on that horse?
That's what he noticed.
Yeah, that's what it's
The
possessed.
giant
That's why.
honking and then using-
Oh god.
When
Well,
Mr.
that's the most
Edgar was
unsettling
sad.
thing about it. That face is the most unsettling thing about this thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been anywhere. It wouldn't have been unsettling at all if it was just a regular horse.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be anything I haven't seen before.
Boy, let's move on. So the
Come on,
link,
we've all seen the video of that woman blowing the horse.
the link right above the horse porn is Fans Hobby is doing this hose head, and they have color test shots of the robot mode, and this thing's fucking awesome, man. You guys probably don't care about it. Brother Kyle might.
I'm not gonna
About
get it. But I love fans. I'll be doing all these weirdo.
Yeah, me too, man. Yep. Yeah. The real exciting part about seeing this guy, well, I was like, I was just gonna say, you don't know who's coming next, but Double Dealer. But then, like, who's coming after that? Double Dealer was a good one to do next because it's just a one shot. But whatever their next figure, their next G1 figure is gonna end up being part of what is like a team. So it's like, do you think they're gonna do the Headmaster Juniors, like the Decepticon Headmaster Juniors, or who did you just mention? So do I. Spinister, yeah. Target Master Juniors, yeah. Levy, remember when we did the 10 bots, 10 shots?
Oh yeah,
And
if they do a Spinister, I'm down.
I
If-
said
if Fans-
Fans Hobby. Fans Hobby's our fucking only. Fans Hobby's
Yeah.
our only hope.
If Fans Hobby does a Spinister, I'll get it. Absolutely.
The double target master. It was like an orange. Was it Scoop?
There was Scoop, Landfill.
Orange.
Kyle, I can't hear you, man.
Oh, it was like an orange bulldozer.
The orange
Double target master. The
bulldozer.
Transformers Generations. The Chug had a really nice figure.
There was Landfill, Scoop. Yeah, it was
I think
Scoop.
it was Scoop.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
all those. Yeah, I want all those guys, man.
In that group shot there with Minerva, who's the one on the right? Is that supposed to be Nightbeat? That blue and
Hang
white
on,
car?
I'm going to the. Yeah, that's Night. Well, he's not actually Nightbeat. He's actually Ghost Shooter.
Oh, okay.
In Japanese in the Japanese cartoon, Hosehead stayed the same pretty much, but
Mhm.
Siren, or not Siren, Nightbeat was Minerva. Like they used the same mold and did Minerva, and then the Siren, who was a little more gray, I think, in RG1, right? Wasn't he gray? Gray and blue. They gave him a different paint job, and he's Ghost Shooter.
Oh, okay.
So kind of two different characters. So that's another excuse for me to get another one of these when they repaint it.
But these two here, this Minerva and Ghost Shooter,
Yeah.
these two molds are basically retooled molds of each other.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's kind of like how they did Trax and Road Rage. Like they gave Road Rage kind of more feminine looking parts,
Yeah.
and gave Trax the slightly less feminine looking parts.
Yeah.
And it was like, but it was basically the same Transformer. Like that's what these guys are.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. Like they don't necessarily, you don't see it right away.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting because like the one's actually taller.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they definitely did a good job of making one look feminine as opposed to the other.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Jeb, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say it made me think about when I forget who it was. It posted in the one Facebook group that the original G1 like Wheeljack toy, like that wasn't supposed to be like a mask over his mouth. It was supposed to be like his eyes,
Yeah.
like a snake eyes type of mask.
Right. I think I remember seeing the Wheeljack toy before I saw the cartoon and thinking it was more like a eyepiece or whatever. Crazy. All right, let's see. Next up, X Transbots actually has some great prototypes of Abaddon, their Galvatron. What do you guys think?
I think it looks great. I'm not gonna get it. I'm like Levy. I'm not really buying movie bots or anything like that, but I think it looks really nice. Especially considering they redesigned it from 5 years ago when they first showed their Abaddon.
Probably even longer than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least 5 years. Yep.
I think it looks good. Stocky, menacing.
I'm not feeling this one.
Yeah, I agree with Levy. I like it,
Really?
but I don't love it. Yeah. I think like I've seen it's very accurate and everything. I think the gun's a little fucking stumpy, but it's outside of that, it's pretty accurate. But if you that Cheem guy did a side by side of this and the Sovereign or whatever, and Sovereign just looks so much more imposing and like dangerous looking to me when I see the two of them side by side.
Makes me think about the Make Toys Galvatron they were gonna do in their what was that line called? Like the
Cross dimension.
Cross Dimension. Yeah, makes me wish for that.
Yeah, I would really like a chance to get that Galvatron. That would have been great.
Hang on, I'm putting a side by side pic in the chat.
Oh, cool.
Like to me, I look at them two, man, and Sovereign just looks like he's ready to fucking smack somebody down, man. I don't know.
I think it looks good.
They both look good. Which one? The new one?
Yeah, the X-Trans.
Yeah, I think they both look good.
Yeah, that Sovereign, that thing's really.
I like that cannon on X-Transbots more than the Fan Toys one. You say it's stumpy, but
Yeah,
I like how
I think it's short and stumpy.
I think the part that's like kind of more, mechanical versus the cannon itself.
The back part.
Yeah, that's like
There's
I like
more
that
of
more.
it.
Yeah, I like that more. I like that.
Yeah, and it looks like that it attaches to the arm on that piece as opposed to the Fans Toys one where it looks like the cannon itself attaches to the barrel attaches to the arm. I was thinking that too. I actually like the back part of the cannon on the X-Transbots, but I like the barrel better on the Fans Toys. But as a whole, I like the Fans Toys better. I actually have the version 2 or the metallic Sovereign. So, what's that?
My opinion that I think I like the X-Transbots more than the Fans Toys.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
That's true. I am.
No, I also like the sculpted detail better on the Fans Toys. Like you got all that detail in the legs and whatnot. And
I think that's what it is with them, man.
What's that?
Like I think that's what it is with what really draws me to Fans Toys a lot of the time is like that they really know how to skate the fine line between here's your cartoon accuracy and here's a little bit of real world, like realism and shit in
real world minute detail.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they've definitely gotten a little closer to the cartoon accurate aesthetic, I would say, like over the years, but they haven't gone full blown like a lot of the other companies and any official.
Yeah, this one, the Transbots for me is too smooth.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, if you think about it from like the movie, he did go from like a square blocky robot to like a more rounded design for all those Unicron upgrades. Like if you looked at the sweeps and Galvatron, they kind of in Cyclonus, they kind of like went more rounded, smooth edges than they did with the square.
But even the Sovereign is way more rounded than like MP36. If you're going in terms of like toys or like even the cartoon aesthetic, I don't know.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Well, I mean, I think it is like okay. I don't know. He's just a rounder. I agree with you. The X-Transbots one is definitely rounder. It's definitely more smoother and rounded off and shit like that. Got more of that, like, but I don't think that the Fans Toys one doesn't do it enough either. Am I saying that right?
This reminds me of like the difference between Brawn or the difference between like Warpath. It's like Brawn, which one's
like, you mean Warpath, like the Sheridan versus the bad or the War Dog or whatever.
Yeah.
I could see that a little bit. Yeah. And I could agree with you there. More in the Warpath and the War Dog. Like War Dog definitely looks like armored up. Like that's like Sovereign looks fucking armored up for sure.
Yep.
And the Galvatron, just the other Galvatron is straight movie Galvatron.
Right.
They're both good. And I just don't know if X-Transbots, if they.
Fans Toys is wider on the shoulders too. I think that adds to his imposing figure. Like in the upper torso in general, he looks to be much or just a bit wider.
Yeah, a little bit. The only other piece of toy news that I got. Is so Galactus got funded. and it broke through the first tier and the second tier. And I actually went back to see if because they did the first tier at 16,000, which was 2,000 more, and then the third one or the second tier they did at 17,000, so it was only 1,000 more. So I was thinking, well, maybe they'll throw us one more goodie at 18, and they didn't, because right now it's at 18,500.
Oh,
it's at 18,500, and there is, let's see, is it still just the two? Where the hell did it go? Yeah, tier 1 Frankie Ray, tier 2 Silver Surfer.
Well, didn't they announce a third one?
No, I thought I saw a third silhouette in the picture, but I was wrong.
No. I saw it in the Marvel Legends collectors.
Well, it ain't right on the HasLab page.
Can't remember the name of the character.
Not Terax, right?
No.
Oh man, what was the fire? Oh, what the fucking name? Fire Lord.
Morg. Yeah.
You put it in the chat?
Yeah.
Moog. Oh yeah.
Morg.
I don't even know.
Huh.
Hang on, let me hit the refresh button and see if.
How long ago was that, Levy? Was that 15 seconds ago?
Earlier today.
Wow, man. Seeing
Ignore that circle in the thing. Somebody did that as a joke, but in that latest screenshot I posted. But and it says it'll be on. Oh, here we go. This says it'll be unlocked to 20,000 backers.
Cool.
20,000. I think we're gonna make it.
And they got like what, 2 days?
We got. I'll tell you in a second. I just gotta scroll back up. 3 days. 3 days to get 1,495 more.
Oh, that'll happen.
Yeah, that'll definitely.
It seems like there's a lot of people that waits to the end to see if it gets funded, and then they go, "Oh yeah, I'll get it."
Yeah.
I didn't see any retailers offering this though.
I explained that before. I have a feeling the reason why that happened with Unicron was because of the shipping. Like only
because he was so big.
Yeah, and with Galactus and Sentinel, they didn't do that because there's shipping to everywhere. So there was no reason to bring on like a third party toy store to do shipping.
Okay.
And then I don't know if they have like any type of like backdoor purchasing where like, oh yeah, man, BBTS, you can get like 100 of these if you wanted to. Or if, it probably, I don't know, unless there's like a limit type of thing. But I know you can only get was it 3? I think 5. Okay, 5. So
the only thing that
stop anybody from getting, multiple accounts and just buying 5.
And there's also that, yeah. The only thing that, and that makes total sense what you just said right there, but the only thing that throws me off is that's kind of why I thought Unicron prices were so high on the aftermarket like immediately, was because of people having to just pay whatever price for them from overseas that couldn't get them, right? But then I went on and I looked at some of the sold prices for the Sentinels already, and they're selling for like fucking $800, $750, $800, $900, and it's like, what the hell is going on, man? So we'll have to see what goes on with Galactus.
Yeah. Speaking of Sentinel, that's supposed to start shipping at the end of September.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm having this dilemma because I got one to keep, and then I got the other two because I was gonna like sell them, but I'm like, dude, 3 is my true building number. You get 3 Insecticons, you get 3 sweeps, you get 3 Sharkticons, you get 3 fucking Sentinels. Like, what do you want me to do?
3 Quintessons.
3 Quintessons. Yeah, that's why I have fucking all these Omega Supremes and shit. I still need one more too.
Except for your 12 Junkions.
Yeah, well, yeah, but those are all like totally different characters. I'm talking like when they're exactly the same thing.
You can make one master mold, and then the other 2 will be Sentinels.
Yeah, that's right. They had 3 different heads. Didn't it come with 3 heads? Came with a regular head.
Was it?
Master mold, and I think there might have been a third head, like a fucked up head.
Yeah, like a damage
head.
I think. Yeah.
So I have a perfect situation with this because I can use him for my master mold. And then I have that older Sentinel too that's smaller. So it'll look cool.
Yeah. And then you got Nimrod.
I do have Nimrod. That's right.
I gotta get a Nimrod.
Levy, did you get a Sentinel?
Yes, 1. Yep, just 1.
Who the hell buys 1 Sentinel?
Levy Curry. I bought 2.
Yeah. Did you get one for resale or did you actually want to?
I went to resell the other one if I thought it went up high enough. But then, like you, I'm like, it's like that meme with Bilbo looking down at the ring. Why shouldn't I keep it?
Yeah, man. I know that's what's gonna happen. Because it's like because it's funny, man. Like the more stuff you get, the more like cool photo opportunities there are. And now that I'm like kind of getting into 1/12 scale shit and getting all this stuff, it's like, man, I started thinking about how cool pictures would be with like 3 sentinels, and they weren't like all photoshopped together. They were like legit all there.
What are you doing? Throw it into the fire. No. Seal door.
Sell it on eBay.
We should make that meme. We should make the meme with him holding it, and it is a fucking sentinel. We'll just put sentinel with everyone. We'll put sentinel with Gaul, with fucking Schmeagol.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about the Dinobots too. I'm like, why shouldn't I keep both?
Yeah, I agree.
One for robot, one for dinosaur.
When someone tries to take it from him, then his face gets all demonic. Ah!
Mr. Frodo.
You guys saw the Alien that was announced by was it Mezco?
Yes, Mezco 112. And it's using a seamless body, which is interesting.
I saw. I pre-ordered that.
Did you?
I did.
Is this your first Mezco 112?
It is.
Cool.
It is. And it was, because it doesn't have soft goods really to it.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Alien, so.
Are you going to get the Predator?
Is there a Predator too?
Yeah. I mean, the pre-order might be sold out by now, but.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Because I wasn't really paying attention to that. Because I thought, Alien, maybe they'll do the rest of the Nostromo crew. Like maybe they'll have a Ripley and a Kane, and everybody else.
Oh, here you go. It's still up for pre-order on BBTS.
Oh.
Here, I'll send you a link.
Oh, thank you.
It's expensive. It's like $100.
Well, that's what the Alien was. I just thought it'd be like, I have one Alien from everywhere, so why not get this one too? I got the NECA, I got the Playarts Kai, I got what's the other one I got? I think I have the other NECA, the two different versions. I wanted to get like a 1/7 or 1/8 scale, like Queen Alien.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. Like the NECA one they have is, I think, too small.
Yeah.
But I think that would be cool if I had that with like a real big version of it. And then nobody's ever done it. They did like some statue someone printed out, but never.
This Predator, it has a soft goods netting, and it looks like maybe a soft goods loincloth, but that's about it.
Awesome. Is that, and that's from I gotta look at it, from the first movie?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, because there'll be this and then the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that Fantastic Four box set. Did you say you ordered it too?
I did. Yep.
That's expensive, but it's gonna be cool.
Well, now you got to get a Galactus to go with the Fantastic Four.
Nah, I don't need it.
Yeah, you do.
Nah, I don't.
Just one.
Nah, I'm good.
You don't need more than one.
Nah, I don't need a Galactus.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm gonna put the Sentinel.
Next
right next to your fucking Galactus. It's getting scary how many times me and Jed are on the same wavelength these days. Like it's cool, but it kind of bothers me a little bit. Yeah, that's all I got. Anybody else want to add anything?
No, that's the only thing I had to add was the Alien.
All right, let's go to Q&A. Is there any
actually?
Q&A?
Did you guys see the? Did we talk about the Superman version 2 from Mezco last time?
You weren't here last time.
Yeah, no. I mean, like last time I was on. I don't think it was up for pre-order then.
No, I think what we talked about was the Eradicator back then,
or the Cyborg Superman. Even
is that what it was? Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah. So, okay then. Well, Mezco 112 also a couple weeks ago put up for pre-order their Superman version 2. I'll put a link for that if you want to check it out. it looks really nice, and I'm definitely in for it. Comes with a lot of accessories too. He comes with a Phantom Zone projector, a case of multiple types of kryptonite, like blue kryptonite, gold kryptonite, red kryptonite. He comes with like a smiling head sculpt this time. He comes with light up eyes on the one head, so definitely looks like it's going to be a good one. So, and then also Mafex, for their August reveals, they showed like a classic Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that.
And some sort of Batman scuba gear freaking suit from Hush.
From Hush, yeah.
Yeah,
it looked weird.
It seems to me like they're doing the Kenner thing where they're coming out. Pretty soon we'll see a jungle camo Batman and a Arctic Freeze Batman from Mafex. But yeah, I don't know why they did this scuba gear Batman. When they could have just gone with an actual character. I mean, I know they revealed they're doing Nightwing and Huntress and shit, but maybe show a Riddler.
What was that character in the 90s, Levy? Was that Azrael or Azazel or whatever sort of
yeah.
Azrael.
Yeah. That would be a cool figure to do for like a 90s version of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're doing the Nightfall Batman, which is basically the same character in a different suit.
Right.
But yeah, doing the actual Azrael armor, yeah, that would be really nice.
You saw that what's that line, Levy, that they do with I got that death metal Batman. It's like Batman, like multiverse or something like that.
I can't hear you, Kyle.
I can't remember who's doing them. The line of Batman. Yeah. They have an Azrael. It looks really cool. I did see that one. The interesting thing about that Mafex Iron Man that they're doing is it comes with a Marvel versus Capcom style proton cannon.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Which is interesting. It's kind of odd because that's not the style armor that he had in those games. He had the 90s modular armor.
Right.
So I mean, if they were going to include that cannon, I would have preferred them to actually just do the modular armor. But yeah, I think that's all I got.
Yo, how cool would it be if like Mezco did like the whole Predator crew and like the whole like Nostromo crew? That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Down to get all those guys.
Then I could reenact the Predator the musical. If it bleeds, we can kill it. If it bleeds, we can kill it. All right, so Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay. Here. Not the hardcore collectors. All right, Q&A. Oh, here we go. So I posted today, have you had enough of these ridiculous internet challenges? No? Then we challenge you to ask Mike, Jed, and Levy the questions you want answers to. We also challenge you to listen to the next episode of the Blackout and Shout podcast. And then I posted a GIF of a guy tumbling off of a pile of crates. What is this crate challenge, man? Like, I saw a video of somebody trying to do this the other day, and I thought it was just like, okay. And now all of a sudden it's some big internet challenge and everyone's doing it. And I see like shit everywhere.
Levy, I'm with you. Like, and I thought I was just being a grumpy old man, but like, I mean, it's funny, but it's not that fucking funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the shit just blew up like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear something funnier? My wife has a milk crate. She threw it up on eBay for $10.
For $10.
Did it sell? Did it sell?
No, not yet.
Well, I want to know where these people are getting all these milk crates from. Like, do they just have them laying around?
Go to the dairy, I guess, or yeah.
Oh, and I'm just waiting for somebody to fucking die because they piled it too high and then they fell on their head.
Well, you're even acting like an older man than I'm acting like.
This is just dumb. People are going to get seriously hurt. I'm surprised I haven't heard stories of people breaking their arms yet because they fell and decided to brace themselves.
Tell the crowd out there that they might put their eye out.
Oh, shit. Nah, they made their bed. They can lie in it. Whatever happens. If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, I have made the decision long ago that I will not protect people from their own stupidity.
It's Darwinian, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I am a huge proponent of survival of the fittest.
Right.
You know what I'm a huge proponent of? Starting a fucking Q&A section.
All right. So our first question comes from Brent Smith, and he says, do you have a preference with key switches, i.e. cherry, red, blue, black? If non-technical, do you like your keys clicky or no? So I don't know what the difference is between the color of switches here. Like he says red, blue, and black.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I'll explain it to you. So when you have a key, right? So I think I got this. I might get this wrong, but there's when you push a key down, you know, like a clickety clack key. Halfway, when you push one key down, it will register that you pushed it, and then the next half of the way, it will go down to the base of the keyboard, right? But then there's the it's either the red or the blue. Then I think it's red, where you push it, it doesn't register until you get down to the base of the keyboard, and then then there's the silver or brown or whatever I forget what color that they call it, black, where as soon as you touch it, it registers right away. It's like the non-clickety clack. Keys, the real soft touch.
Like on your keyboard you're talking about?
Yeah.
I like the feel of the click.
Yeah.
Right. And there's like I said, there's two different versions of clicks. There's like one where it's when you click and you hear the click, it registers, and then there's one where it's halfway pushed and then it clicks. That's when it registers halfway. Yeah. It's a gaming thing. It's like it's not really like a utility thing unless you're really, like a secretary typing away all day or whatever.
So basically the different colors indicate exactly how quickly the input registers.
Right.
Yeah.
Essentially how much throw there is in the time that you press the key to the time that the input registers.
Think of like those the buttons that they use for what's that tournament, like gaming, right, Levy? Mm-hmm. So you have like the spring and how fast that registers and how high up the millimeters the spring goes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it's like with arcade sticks. You have the amount of distance that the button has to travel before the switch registers. Same thing with the stick, like how far it travels before it registers a directional input. And that's actually called the throw.
Right.
So
this is the same thing, but for keyboard keys.
Okay. Honestly, I'm not even sure. I think, mine. Okay. So mine are blue. So like when you pull your keys off, like the little plastic piece that actually connects to the key itself, that's what they mean by when they say blue, black, or red. So like mine is like a light blue. So I guess with the others, like they'll be different. That part is what would be different colored, right?
Right.
Okay. So so mine are blue on my G1, my Logitech G150. Is that what
These are blue. The goddamn keys are blue.
But and then mine are also clicky keys. So I prefer the clicky.
I do not
response. So
nope. I like as soon as you touch the key, it works, and that's it. I don't like the whole give or the click or the clack or the spring or anything like that.
Yeah. No, I don't like membrane keyboards. I don't like those at all. So
next question.
Okay. This comes from Gary Allen, and he says, what movie, specific scene or character terrified you as a child that was not necessarily intended to be scary? For me, everyone in the realm of collectors knows I despise E.T. and ventriloquist dummies, and therefore point them out. And they therefore point them out at every con, show, or store they see them at, and tag me.
I'm gonna actually go along with Gary on this one, especially if he's talking about a specific ET scene. Like I wasn't freaked out by ET, but remember that one scene where he was like sick and he was all white and shit.
Yeah.
That was fucking crick.
Yeah, man. That particular scene was scary as it like whatever age. What year did that come out? Anybody remember? 81. So I would have been I would have been fucking 5. So yeah, that was a little creepy. I saw his question a couple of minutes ago and I was trying to come up with something else, but like that's high on the list. Now it doesn't freak me out to the point where like I see him now and it freaks me out. like, you know, people see clowns and be like freaked out by clowns. Like it ain't like that or nothing. But I do remember like then as a kid, that was creepy. Gremlins scared the shit out of me too. And I realized that was supposed to be like a little monster movie, but it was like, I don't know. I never really viewed it as like a scary monster movie. It was kind of a goofy, like a fun monster movie. But I remember the actual Gremlins being scary as fuck when I was a little kid, man. Especially when it was that many of them.
I don't remember anything like that as a child, but we actually talked about it before in Chernobyl. That, like I said, that scene where those guys went into that sub basement and that dosimeter is going off and it gets more and more intense as they further venture down and the lights go out. That scene freaked me out.
When did that come out?
So
like 2 years ago.
a couple of years ago.
Oh, what he's talking about as a child.
So
I know I
Levy,
don't remember anything from when I was a kid, but
were you scared of the dark, Levy?
not terribly.
Scared of the what?
The dark.
Oh,
I mean, when I was real little, sure, but I grew out of that pretty quick, I think.
I don't know if it counts as a marionette. Maybe it does. You guys remember those like the older shows like Thunderhawks or whatever, and they had the puppets walking around talking.
Thunderbolts.
You know what I'm talking about? Shit. Was it Thunderbolts?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few shows like that. I didn't like those things at all. I think they were fucking scary. Even just like the regular human people, like it just didn't seem. The eyes were dead, and it fucking scared the shit out of me. I'm like, nope, ain't watching that. And same thing with the and I blame Poltergeist for this, but I was scared of fucking those clowns, like the regular like black and white like suit clowns with balls on them and the real pointy hat type of clown. Fuck that. As soon as I see that shit, I fucking throw that shit away if it's near me or anything. No, thank you.
Brother Kyle.
Poltergeist did a fucking good number on me, man, when I was a kid. Between the fucking steak and maggots and dude washing his face
and the real human skeletons.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't so much that, but like the fucking guy washing his face in the mirror and his face falling off, and then the fucking clown reaching out from under the bed for the kid, the long arms. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, but that was like, see, that was supposed to be scary though.
Right.
He's asking like shit that wasn't necessarily supposed to be scary, and it ended up being scary.
That would be the marionette things from those kid shows.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that one fits. You, Brother Kyle, anything?
I'm trying to think. Can't really think of something that wasn't scary that did that for me. But there were some creepy parts in Neverending Story? Yeah, I don't know why. I think there was just like some tense parts in that would always freak me out when he's talking to the wolf cave. But I don't know, it was supposed to be, I guess. I always thought the princess was like weird in that too.
Now I know this was a horror movie, but when I was and I never saw it, but when I was a kid, we were at a video store or something like that, and it was one of those really cheapo freaking dime a dozen horror movies, that they made back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it was called Don't Go In. The name of the movie was Don't Go Into the Woods, or Don't Go in the Woods. And I don't remember much about, or maybe this is it here, because I'm having trouble finding the original image, and it was really simple. I think it was just like a black or a really dark image of like a tree line, like the edge of a forest. But it was like at night, and it was like really dark, and you just had the moon, full moon in the back, and that was it. And it really, there was nothing scary about it on its surface, but just looking at that really unnerved me, and it stayed with me. I mean, because I still remember this, and I still remember the fear that I felt looking at the VHS box. And so yeah, that really stuck with me. And then the album cover for Iron Maiden's Killers. I was in a music store when I was a kid, and I saw that, and that really frightened me too. And it took me a long time to figure out that was actually an Iron Maiden album. So I just remembered seeing Eddie there holding that hatchet and that guy's hand clutching his shirt, So
they always had great covers.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So
What's next,
yeah.
Levy?
Um,
We got one more.
let's see here. So, Lee Miller, Millure. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry if I'm not.
Jed, how is it?
Miller.
I'm pretty sure it's Miller too, honestly.
Okay, so he says, kind of off the crate question, lol, but here goes. What's the first song, or is there a song that comes to mind when you think about your favorite Transformer?
If it's anything other than the touch, I just don't understand.
Trying to think here.
But if you're talking about songs outside of like Transformer soundtracks,
Yeah, is there any song that just makes you think of Transformers, or?
I always think about the cartoon theme G1 when I play Transformers.
yeah, everything that I could possibly think of is like something is like score music or something off the soundtrack. It's hard to separate them from that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, I don't know. It's not like you think about Iron Man and you think of Black Sabbath right away, or, you know, something like that. It just, yeah, I gravitate right to the soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really think of any, you know, non-Transformers soundtrack songs when I think of Transformers. So, I mean,
My heart will go on.
That should be the next like little short that you put on a page, Jed, is the Optimus Prime death scene with that music.
That would be funny.
I fear the wounds are fatal. Ragnar's in there crying and shit.
Ragnar. That scamp.
Imagine Ragnar's is listening to Celine Dion. Like,
He listens while everyone's at gym and he has his pass to get out of it.
yeah, he's got his pass and his Walkman with his Celine Dion mixtape. Ragnar.
I always used to think of like Dare, you know, like Stan Bush, and then whenever I would think of other same style, I guess, of 80s music, was that like anthem rock, I guess? Would you classify that as? Yeah, when I would like think of other anthem rock, I would think of sometimes I would think of like, you know, how that would fit in with like the cartoon, like if it was a different score. And then
like Quiet Riot's Bang Your Head song.
Yeah. And then I was thinking, well, I'll do the animation, you know, that animation I'm eventually going to work on that takes place in the 90s. You know, like what 90s music would fit, you know, into like certain scenes and stuff like that. So,
like real 90s music or like just 90s style music?
Yeah. No, like real 90s music from that era, like NoFX. You know, it was like one that could fit into like some scenes and stuff like that. So, but yeah, there's I'm
hearing Dead and Bloated.
Yeah, there's a lot of like just I guess you know, it's like one of those things where you like, I guess it depends on what's happening. Like that's hard to like kind of think of unless you're actually picturing something happening in your head and then the music's going along with it. Like if you're just picturing like all your toys fighting each other and like, you know, then you'd think of some type of fucking awesome heavy metal music while they're fighting and shit.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I could think of.
If my entire collection was fighting, I would hear Hangar 18. like that real long like instrumental, like the
Holy Wars, man. What didn't like maybe 6 years ago they have some type of Transformers like soundtrack thing, but it wasn't the music from the movie. It was just bands like thrown onto like a mixed album.
There was a dude at the one TFCon selling like it was raising money for some charity or some shit. So I bought it. It was a disc of covers of
I know what you're talking about. Soundtrack. But this was fun. I saw it at FYE. It was at FYE in the store in the album section.
And it has something to do with the Transformers soundtrack?
No, it was like a mix album of artists. And it had like the fucking Autobot symbol on the cover of the vinyl.
Oh,
I don't know. I have something like that, but it's just a remaster of the original soundtrack. Levy, on one of the first episodes of Blackout and Shout, I remember it might have even been the first episode. You covered a piece of news, and it was that Spectre General, I think, was it Spectre General was re-recording Hunger, or was it?
Oh, I don't know.
Or maybe it was Energy redoing Instruments of Destruction. One of those bands was gonna redo one of the songs off the soundtrack, and the couple of seconds that you played for us back then sounded pretty good. I gotta look that up, see if I can find it.
I don't remember that.
Because that was a heavy song, man. But then like it had whatever you played had that like modern production, so it sounded even heavier.
Here we go. This is what it was. So Transformers Rollout is a 2016 music album released in collaboration between Hasbro and Sony. Unlike the last Transformers albums, primary soundtracks for the films, Rollout marks the first time an album is almost entirely made up of original tracks inspired by the franchise. And Bush is on there, Mount Holly, Crash Kings, Spurs, Hours, Darby, Born Cages.
Any of those bands?
I haven't heard of any. I don't know who any of those bands are.
Me neither, but I remember seeing that. I remember seeing this at the store. But yeah, that's I never bought it though.
Probably sucks.
Yeah, it probably. But apparently they're kind of, I don't know, use Transformers as their muse for these new songs.
Yeah,
I'll have to listen to it.
Is that it, Levy?
Yeah, there was a couple of GIFs that people posted.
Yeah, that's fine. We ain't got to know what those are. That's fine.
No, Levy, describe them in detail to us.
No, please don't.
Create challenge GIFs and stuff like that and whatnot, memes. In response to the GIF that I posted. But no, that's it for questions.
Yay.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Levy, are you going to close this out?
Well, no, I thought I'd leave that for you.
Anybody have anything in closing that they would want to leave behind at the end of this episode?
Thanks, Brother Kyle, for joining us this evening.
It's always an honor to be on with you guys.
Thank you, Brother Kyle.
Welcome.
I did want to throw one last thing out there, and it's obviously you're not going to be able to watch it live if you're just hearing about it now, because it would have happened yesterday if you're hearing this on Monday. But I'm going on a live stream with Tim K from over in Germany. And he has a page on Facebook and YouTube, Tim K's Nerd Crate, and he does like reviews and picks and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I'll post a link on the Reflector Files. I'm just gonna go. It's kind of like, I guess, kind of like how Matt did the the 30 minutes or whatever. Like we're just gonna go and hang out a little bit and bullshit or whatever. So, and Tim's a cool dude and shit. So that should be a good time. Really
make sure you don't throw up or have to take a shit,
dude. You have no idea, man. I was holding that fucking barf in so tough for way longer than you think. Like, I mean, you can't imagine, like, because I didn't think he'd be able to just like pause it. I knew there was going to be the uncomfortable like 2 minutes of me not being there, but I just couldn't stop the fucking barf any longer. I had to. If you watched a minute or two leading up to it, you could probably see me sweating, like beads of sweat coming down my forehead. That was, yeah, it wasn't my finest online moment. And there wasn't even like 10 shots of fucking, Jose Cuervo to or whatever the fuck we drank to blame it on. It was just, yeah. No, I'll try to be good. And he says he's gonna teach me some German and shit, because I told him all I know in German is like Volkswagen and the words to do Hast.
Well, like anything you've learned from Indiana Jones.
And then right. I was gonna say that to him. I'm like, God damn it, man! Every time they put you guys in a movie, they're always kind of fucking shitting on you with this fucking Nazi rhetoric. And then I'm gonna compare it to how they always like, say the Eagles fans, oh, well, you threw fucking snowballs at Santa Claus. It's like, dude, I feel where you're coming from. People say that we throw snowballs at Santa Claus. and compare the two with a straight face.
Yeah, that makes yeah. Snowballs and genocide go so well together.
Oh shit, but yeah, man, Tim's a good dude, man. So that should be a fun hour or so. So yeah, I'll post a link on the Reflector Files page as it's going on, and then if everybody hears this and they want to go catch it, they can catch it.
When's this happening?
This is happening tomorrow. Nice. Or no, Sunday. This is happening Sunday at 2:15 p.m.
I will be working.
But that's all I got. Jed, Levy, brother Kyle. Anything else? You're good?
No, I'm good.
All right, enough's enough. We're out.